special one from the CEO, stand with the spoon. And your boy, Friday the South and Band. Charges on the beat.
For the spoon to get your information. To the spoon to be part of our discussion. Spoon, spoon, spoon television. Spoon, spoon, spoon radio station.
Spoon gonna tell you what is happening in Liberia. Spoon gonna tell you what is happening in Monrovia. Spoon gonna tell you what is happening in Africa. Just to spoon you will know. If the children crying for starvation, just to spoon. You want to get a news update, my brother, to spoon. You want to know what is happening, moreover, to spoon. Politicians want to make their decision, just to spoon. You want to know what happening in the ministry, to spoon. Yeah, to spoon. To spoon. You from Funjama, Maryland, to spoon. To spoon. If you eat kepa, congratulate my brother, to spoon. You got a spoon TV, you got a spoon radio, to spoon. To spoon. Rastafari. Kilibamba, kilibamba, kilibamba. Kilibamba, kilibamba, kilibamba. What I want? This one you back today.
Spoon TV. Spoon.
This one you back today.
Spoon. Spoon TV. Spoon.
Skidibidi dabado.
Spoon TV. Spoon entertainment.
Kua. Bese kua, kudileo. Kua, kudileo.
For the spoon to get
Yes,
your information.
Well,
To the spoon to be
yes,
Spoon, spoon television.
yes,
Spoon radio station.
Yes, sir. A special one from the CEO, stand with the spoon. And your boy, Friday the South and Band. Charges on the beat.
For the spoon to get your information. To the spoon to be part of our discussion. Spoon, spoon, spoon television. Spoon, spoon, spoon radio station.
Spoon gonna tell you what is happening in Liberia. Spoon gonna tell you what is happening in Monrovia. Spoon gonna tell you what is happening in Africa. Just to spoon you will know. If the children crying for starvation, just to spoon. You want to get a news update, my brother, to spoon. You want to know what is happening, moreover, to spoon. Politicians want to make their decision, just to spoon. You want to know what happening in the ministry, to spoon. To spoon. To spoon. You from Funjama, Maryland, to spoon. To spoon. If you eat keep on crunchy like my brother Tuto Spoon, you got a spoon TV, you got a spoon radio Tuto Spoon. Yeah, Tuto Spoon. What? Yeah, Rastafari. Kilibamba, 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 kilibamba.
Yes, I, a special one from the CEO, standing with the spoon. And your boy, Friday the South Band. Charges on the beat.
Well, folks, welcome
Get your information
to another fascinating edition of the program, Spoon Talk.
to be part of our discussion.
It's live on Fabric 101.FM
Television,
and Super 95.5.
spoon
Of course,
station.
Spoon FM 107.5.
Spoon gonna tell you what is
We
happening.
are also live on Spoon TV, Super TV,
Gonna tell
and
you
Fabric TV as well.
Morovia.
We're live on YouTube at Spoon Talk.
Spoon gonna tell
Thanks once again for joining us.
Africa.
It's a pleasure to be back here serving the Liberian people,
Spoon,
especially on a Thanksgiving Day.
no. Take the
I'd
children
like to say thanks to the Almighty God
to spoon
for this day,
to get a news update.
and thanks
To
for survival, and thanks for the sustenance of peace in our country, Liberia. My name is Aaron Kuban, and I'm your sound coordinator for tonight's edition of the program. And let me say welcome to Dr. Richardson.
To spoon,
Dr. Richardson is already here. Let me say good evening and welcome to you. Today is Thanksgiving Day from our end year, and like I started up by saying thanks to the Almighty God that we are alive as a country, coexisting. We can't say any other thing but to just say thanks to the Almighty God. Welcome, ma'am.
Happy Thanksgiving and happy Thanksgiving to all Liberians. You are right. Thank you. This is the day that the Lord had made. We rejoice in it. We'll be glad and rejoice in it. So I'm just stopping by. I'm actually on my way to class. So I just wanted to, be here until Dwalu gets here. It's a great day today. Thank God. So what's going on in our country? I don't know if people took some time to rest or
Yeah, so what we usually do of recent, we open up the lines and
Mhm.
have the people calling in to tell us what's on their mind. But there are a couple of issues happening. Like the major news today is the one from ACO, where the All Liberia Coalition Party endorsed um, Ambassador Joseph Yuma Boaka. Prior to this endorsement, it was speculated that the chairman of ACO was not in support of this entire endorsement. But today we went there and we saw him, one Ansu Dolly. He was there. He was part of that endorsement ceremony.
Mhm.
That is in itself it is a twist. But many people who thought that that was a weak endorsement from only the standard bearer of the party, and so that's just the things that are trending. There are endorsement all around the place. We understand there are a few other groups that deviated from the decision of the standard bearer and also pledged support to the ruling coalition for democratic change. But what we saw today, majority of the partisans of the All Abroad Coalition Party um, was in support of the decision of the standard bearer. I also saw a video from Lofa County where the chapter there in Lofa County also, uh, pledged support to the coalition for democratic change, confirming the decision of the uh, decision of the executive committee and the standard bearer here in Morovia. So we can just maybe begin by taking the calls, or maybe you want to comment on that as a trending news. But like you said, you want to wait for other panelists.
Yes.
That's just
Aaron, I don't think I'll be able to wait because, as I said, I'm on my way to class. But definitely the other panelists will be here. I just want to tell Liberians all that they are hearing in the news about our CEO is incorrect. I will urge them to please go and read carefully, because a lot of people had bad wishes for there were evil plans, but I would like to state that their plans did not materialize. Okay, all went well, as I heard today from uh, uh, the CEO's wife today. She and I talked, and plus we had our representatives. The panelist representative that was in the court today was Mr. Fadiga. He represented all of us, and thank you, Mr. Fadiga, for going, because obviously I just came back from Liberia. I couldn't abandon my class, and my husband couldn't take time off from work, so we didn't go to the court today. But all went well. A lot of things Liberians said. Fadiga said to me, he said, "Wow, he and I were constant exchange, and he would probably come on to tell you his experience. I hope he made it home already." He said, "I heard so many things about, Stanton, and sometimes I didn't take the time to read those things, but all that we heard, I was in the court today. The way how I saw the case being laid out is not what we people been presenting on Facebook or other places. God was there today. I would say God is good, and people continue to spread the false rumors. Let them go ahead. The justice system in the United States is not, the justice system that other people are familiar with. They go by evidence. Okay, they don't go by gossip, by Facebook gossip. So I would just want the word today to know that, and I'm not at liberty. I'll let the people who are there explain to you, because there's a lot of miracles were happening today. I just want Liberians to know. The judge happens to be, and I did my research before I wrote my letter, my character reference letter on this judge. He's a black young man, about 48 years old, was appointed by Trump. So, when you see that Trump's appointment, you're like, you get a little bit scared, because he's going to be on the conservative side. But my understanding that God was working. He was he just kind of had, judges that got to be stern and flat. They can't show partiality at all. But you could tell people who are in the court that called me and said, he was very empathetic, warm. There was warm coming out of him for our CEO, for Stanton. Of course, the judges are there. There's some other people that went and show up in the court. They said they wanted to go do protests. They didn't even get in any face. They just told us, because in the system, you can't just get out and just you go to court. You'll be disruptive, okay? So some of them wrote big headable letter, not even worth it for me to call a thesis or a dissertation, because I won't grade those kind of things. They put it on Facebook. You have to be on the docket. Like the letters that we wrote, they were on the docket. They went through the court system, but we didn't even know what their own went. No, they just, but anyway, they really was very favorable to our CEO. They understand, that he were making effort to correct whatever situation he needed to correct, and it went well. So to God be the glory. To all of the people who are wishing 40 years, 50 years, 60 years, 70 years. And I can't even fathom, Aaron, I can't even believe that people would actually look at somebody with a family, a young family, a wife, and think that's for them. All right. Who are you then? Who are you? And someone did not do the worst thing in their country. Okay. Someone did not do the worst thing in their country. The only thing, nobody digging behind it, or they have not gotten caught. That's it. When you're in this country, there's so many temptations, and you just got to pray that, your day goes by well. But, I'm happy to just report that Stanton will be on, and people that had all the different terrible things to say. Aaron, one of the crazy people, he has so many things. He said, Stanton bought a car for me. Can you believe that kind of nonsense? As if to say, a professional woman here like me, who now spend my hard-earned time working. I'm in my office right now. As if I think they must be used to those kind of women who, just depend on them for everything. No, I'm a full-grown, hard money earning woman. If I want a brand new car today, I just gotta walk into the store. If I want a house, I just gotta walk into a mortgage company. If I want travel, I just gotta do that. I've been working for all my life. So I've been in this country since I was in this country. I've been working. So I don't depend on any man to buy me a house, car. I was like, what kind of, today's women don't even do that thing. Y'all talk, y'all arrange yourself to the table. What can you offer? What can I offer? How everybody got a strengths and weaknesses. So I wanted to just come to our Liberian people to tell them, I think as the text I received today said, all is well. So I will leave you with that, those 3 words. All is well, and hopefully you can go ahead and accept calls because I have to run to class. I gotta go. I'm giving my students a case study today on a Japanese American woman, and they have to conceptualize it from an existential point of view. The existential threat has been a word for
Wow.
from Mr. Jason Jerry, right?
Oh,
He always said existential
I
threat.
get you.
So there's actually a school of thought in psychology by Yalom, that's his name, and it's called the existential therapy. So my students are they have like 4, they said people get sick because they have 4 ultimate concerns: death, irresponsibility, meaninglessness, and freedom. Those things that they talk about. And then of course, they have to conceptualize from Carl Rogers' perspective. So those 3 areas. So I gave them a case study, and then they have to conceptualize it. They kind of look at some ethical concerns. I kind of tricked them a little bit. I hope my students are not listening. Welcome, Mr. Falcon. I tricked them a little bit, and in psychologists, a lot of things related to confidentiality. Like I cannot call. People can't call me and say, okay, Mr. Falcon or somebody that I was seeing. He always say he won't come to my office, so I can charge him $600. Aaron, you can't call me and say I want Mr. Falcon record. That's unethical. Mr. Falcon mindset can't call me, and Anthony brother can't call me and say I want that record. So I kind of tricked them a little bit to say, what would they do if Mr. Falcon mom or sister were to call? Those are ethical concerns that they have to be knowledgeable about. So those are the kind of things that we'll be talking about today in class. But Mr. Falcon, I was just holding the floor. I know you're here. I have to run to class, but all is well. All is well.
Yeah.
3
words.
I like the way you said it. All is well.
3 words.
Because indeed,
That's the
all
theme
is
of the
well.
program today.
All the peace about it then.
Thank you. Speak for me, I won't be here, but you might tell them for me. The thing when I stream, I said the way when I suffer on the people in here.
Cheche pole. Bisabole. Those who can speak good English. Those who don't know how to read properly. Your almost like your boss man. I always tell him. You take people you bring in the party, they don't read, they don't listen, they don't analyze, they don't comprehend. They just wake up soon in the morning. They talk garbage.
Yes.
They act like they live in America when they live in Pupu Factory. Near Raymond Phoebe and Fiamma.
Break it down for us, yeah.
Some of them living with a dumper. They sleeping in zinc shack. They wake up soon in the morning, they say, the journalists, they read big story, they put years in there. My 2 minutes on still. Let me enjoy myself.
Go ahead today. I just listen to you, enjoy you.
I am the temporary CEO of Spoon Network.
That's right.
I have a 24-hour CEO right now.
You're right.
Aaron, you're working on me right now for 24 hours. Let me enjoy myself.
You're right, because I won't be here. I go.
As I speak,
I'll be
the CEO is boarding his flight from Fort Lauderdale to Jersey.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, your nyama, Taba time, what have you? The CEO shall be. In fact, he called me, he said, temporary CEO, 24 hours. I would like to inform you that I will be at work 4 p.m. tomorrow due to some engagements.
Yeah.
I took my pen, I signed his excuse.
Mm-hmm.
So, Aaron, right now, Titina in the country, I have the temporary CEO for 24 hours. If anyone of y'all mess with me in that station, I will fire you.
You'll fire us.
Before your real park come out.
You'll fire us.
You saw Dr. Francine video on her page. Aaron, please send a guy who doing the thing. Let him go cut that video. It's what I think 15-second video. Francine laughing at the people. They see laugh. You shot Nobby. Call yourself talk show host.
Lola, a sexual predator. That way,
Yes.
Lola.
Yes.
Y'all buying your cheering around here.
So y'all need to go cut that video. I won't be using that video for my laughter here today.
Wow.
Control. I'll be spy you.
No, don't spy. Y'all cut that video on Dr. Francine page quick before she take it down. Big up. You got that laughter, Jack Good. Even the guy from Fireport comedy, the other one from the other comedy, they will use that laughter.
What are they
Your laughter can go viral now.
What are they already calling? Is that the best video they did? I saw
The
it.
best laughter we finish getting in the whole country right now. So that means when Prophet Keith says something, Robert Pangura says something, I call Charlotte Robert says something, they will just bring you right there, you laugh. Our laughter we want it, Aaron, you got to cut it.
Yes, so Fagon, we will not suffer you myself. They got this problem. You know, Fagon. Fadiga was there today, so he called me and I spoke to, of course, I spoke to his wife, Lau. You know, Sadaka said, she said, Dr. Richardson, all the teeny people, you're right, Fagon, that they can't real. They can't understand, they can't comprehend. He said he said the lawyer, the way the woman laid the thing out. And all this stuff that they're talking, like they know so much.
They know nothing. You see them today. They say Akko went to endorse Joseph Wagaman. You can see the sea of human being. You see the crowd set. You can see to the end of the crowd. They go in one room today. They say the vice bearer endorsing. Now more than 25 people. All of the 25, 15 are journalists. They move from there again. They say, oh, people in Blajina concern Akko partisan going endorse. Then they get one guy that they call Musa Sherif. Musa Sherif. Well, I know his story, get on my ABC. He was in MDR. We won the election. The ball ran behind Jawia from start to finish, 6 years. He didn't want to say he was giving speech to support Jawia. I said, see, the other one, some people were born to leave behind. Some people, like Manipaga Dumont, Helen Costa, Musa, they were born to leave behind. You reach 2 weeks to election where a man now is doomed, destined, and fit to become the next president. Everybody endorsing the man, all the higher up. Then you'll leave behind, you'll say you're going to dance kekele.
God damn,
Can you imagine that?
Let me go before I get lit. Balu, I happen to
2 more minutes before you get some kind of
your
jeans
letter,
for you.
they say your letter was super. They are thankful, Mr. Wako, all the support that you give. They
Listen,
say,
let me get you the other cheese, man, before
hey,
you
give
go.
me the cheese before I go.
The
Don't get a woman, Leo.
biggest name in
You know, we in
Bon
America,
Country.
right? Before the trader start right on me.
The biggest name in Bon Country, Johnny Pehe. They said, Joe, where you play with Joe Howard Taylor? Your own country, the man who won your country over women, you can bring, you sit on the man endorsed Joseph Parker. Joe Howard said, your grandcool country you from. Who endorsed you?
No, I was laughing to
That's a good question. They say your grandcool country you from.
Yeah, who endorsed
Who
you?
endorsed you?
I see you. I go.
Your friend ain't catching. Your
Tomorrow.
friend ain't catching grapper. I won't get you the last juice.
Yeah.
Your friend ain't catching grapper. Kuta, shark, PB fish. You go you catch buka.
Shameless people.
Then you behind me. I'm gonna go bring Johnny Pehe. Johnny Pehe, Lord, man, we can follow us. Go bring your own who endorsing you. Let's see them. The machine to go bring you. Because
Well,
you have 50,000 again to plan the program. As alluded to by everybody, his daughter joined inside, his son joined inside, he said join inside. They changed, they made a program. They go to the people, they say, Joey, say, but the person endorsing her. If they want unendorse her, let them go. What kind of word is that? What kind of word is that?
Look, if I go, I even doubt that Ure will even vote for president. We are. No boy, they just wanted to walk their own free man.
Again to plan the program. As alluded to by everybody, his daughter joined inside, his son joined inside here. Aaron, come and close your room door.
Daedo, close your window. Look, it's a great day. Liberians, if one of us succeed, it should be a celebration that promotes our community. Come up with your, I'm holier than thou, I'm flawless, I'm infallible. It's up to you. We are men, we are women. People will make mistakes. It's what you do after those mistakes that matter.
Of course.
And sometimes we forget these little things, we bicker. People try to compare public crime, public stealing, corruption in the third world country to a corporate crime in a developed society. Something wrong with your pangana here? Something wrong with you? Just sit down. Do you know the price this man is going to pay for his consequence? And then you say, to other people that how can you wear? Do you know what they call character letter? Do you know character letter got nothing to do with a crime? It say, I know Fagon. Even though Fagon put dead slide in again, yeah, but Fagon is not a day. Ordinarily, that's something made Fagon do it. He not
I told you the people dull. D-U-L-L. They are dull.
Yeah.
The man who brought that statement together, what should I say? Who coined the phrase dull skull is the deputy boss to Maritime. He called Jowea a dull skull.
A numb skull, the Congo people will say.
Yes, that's what we used to say back in the day.
Yeah.
The guy came there, the guy said Jowea a dull skull.
But Allah?
Now, all that thing today made me and Jowea are friendly. But that friendship, he can look at me for a long time. I know he say, yeah, that picking.
But Fagon, this is important to drive home. It goes back to people reading the entire thing. People passing around saying they get 3.5 years. No, that's not true. You see, you sit down and you don't understand. Read.
Like you say, oh my judgment. The judge said, oh my judgment.
Thank you.
I can use 41 years according to the federal law. I can use 31 years.
Yeah.
I mean 31 months.
Yeah.
I can use 21 months. That energy jump out of the room. Hey, 41 sentence.
But guess what?
I warned this man before. I said majority of the people you get on your side, they came from the bush without really learning anything. And they're pretending to be knowledgeable. They're not knowledgeable. They're not educated. They're not smart. Now, why the other men can sit there and say, exporting current to and Cote d'Ivoire.
Yeah.
You exporting current, but you smart to know that your people ain't getting.
Look,
the other men sit there and say, I found Doison. Current will soon be going to Doison. It's not the same as current is in Doison. You get a capacity to produce the current, but you don't have the capacity to distribute the current because you don't have what? The transmission lines.
And the technical know-how to do those things.
To do it.
Here's another thing, Fagon. While Stanton is home, as he continue to cooperate with the federal government, there is a high probability that may not even go to jail. Look, read between the lines. Do you know Stanton in the courtroom today took a check for $3.5 million showing the federal government that he's adhering to what they want him to do?
And I am sorry. He's very apologetic. He said, yes, I'm the CEO. But I beg you, I didn't know about some of these things. I am sorry. But I'm going to the men are die. The men coming die. Yeah, the men are going to eat bagel again tomorrow morning.
With mayonnaise.
Jowea, where are people going to eat?
With mayonnaise.
Give me, with mayonnaise. With mayonnaise. Then I go look, I see Tamba mayonnaise. One guy they call Ishmael Sherry. They call him Tamba mayonnaise. That one where when they fire myself cry for him, did nothing wrong. Then the time around he was running in District 8, they pushed Akara Gray against him. Knowing fully where he had the ability to win. That they want to go see endorsing Jowea and saying he's the other human being. Some people were meant to leave behind. They were never meant to make progress. And as long as you don't see yourself as an important person, nobody will ever see you as important. If I see Jowea today, you think I will not speak to him, Dwalu? I will speak to him.
Of course.
But he knows that I am important.
Correct.
And he knows that I will not settle. But why? Why are people craving for this young man to die in jail? Let me give y'all the Liberian one thing before Dwalu come in. I keep saying to y'all, the level of immaturity The level of illiteracy within the CDC has cost the CDC dearly. Look at the deputy speaker in the House of the Republic of Liberia. I've told you before. He did something in the city called Zebulon, Zebulon, in Charlotte, North Carolina, rather, to the tune of almost $500,000. He went home, he built schools, he built toilets, he built everything.
Yeah.
He was convicted in America and sentenced to federal prison. He did 2.5 years in federal prison. The person said, you know what? Yeah. You are a good man.
Yeah.
We had nothing on you beside this case. You came to prison. You did some time. You behaved yourself. You were well behaved. Get out.
Alius.
Don't do any bad thing again. He went back to Liberia, ran for representative. He is now your deputy speaker for Nati J. Kofa.
Correct.
We are very good friends. Every day you go to a house, you eat a food, you begging for money. But another man again, you wishing to go in jail.
But
for taking your money and bailing radio stations with SBIA, television stations, bailing schools, helping people, sending them for treatment, all kind of things. You say you must go to jail. But the people who steal your money right in Liberia can get you 5% of your own money. Over to you, man.
Public resources. Look, after I do this, I won't take some calls, Fagon. Let's hear from our people. Someone want to celebrate this boy. Look, let me say this to you. Fagon, Stanton, look, this is America. I know some of you don't understand what that phrase means, but sometimes I want you to listen. This is America. There is not a single millionaire in this republic who became a millionaire as honest as he can be. You cut corners here, you cut corners there, you go to court here, you go to court there. The goal is to build a business. Stanton built hand pumps across Liberia, the breadth and length of Liberia, to do this, the Peabody Foundation. Stanton contributed heavily to our society. Again, I will make this disclaimer. This is not justification for what he has done.
No.
This man did not turn his back on his people when he had an opportunity.
It's just that we have to rub it in their faces.
Thank you. He sent people to India to go to hospital. He did so many things. And if you're trying to compare what he did in corporate America with what the public crimes of corruption that is denying basic necessities to our people in Liberia, something is wrong with your amagada, mengada, blah, 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 blah. Something wrong with you. What's wrong with you? Look, let's hear from our people. Yeah, the guys come back on. Let's take some calls.
Aaron, y'all come back on. Before they come back
is America.
Let me deal with some numbskulls. You sit down, you sell your soul to the devil. We are sitting here right now. The people you're endorsing, you're thinking about batting this one. Are you guys considering John Tubman, William Talbot, Gefty Lama? Are you guys thinking about them? Do you even care to know how Prince Cooper died? You sitting down there. The very people that they sanction are the people you have voted for. But you only see that the other man he said this, we'll see it quick. Musa Hassan Belete went before the legislature. He owed us $6 million. He wept it. He paid fasting. He paid. He went to LBDR Bank. We get all the information. He cleared. But I hear hero.
Yeah.
The commerce minister came on their platform. We said, what happened with the poor 11 million? The weapon. He can't talk. The 30 million stimulus package, for which they care over 6 auditors.
This wacky.
Fuck, you can't talk. Your own salary, the law says you must make $150 every month as minimum salary. They call it. You can't say. At the end of the day, somebody build radio stations, television stations, hand pumps, hand wells, pay scholarship, open foundation, contribute so, contribute there. He get in trouble, he say, you're kidding. But thank God, a new sheriff is about to come to town. When that sheriff sit on that seat, there will be law and order. And what belong you? I said belong to you. I said what belong you? You will get it. Yes. What not belong then? They will give it back. If they give it back, their houses then will be guest houses.
Yeah.
Their car then will be guest car.
There you go.
The Brazilian headline they buying, they will buy no more because the Egyptian they see today, they will see them no more. Aaron, start taking the call.
Start taking some call, Aaron. Somebody mentioned Martha Stewart. Look, I can go, the list can go on. Look, if you hear the Bill Gates of the world, if I can remember, one computer used to be almost $10,000. These boys, if you got cell phone today, the surcharges, these boys are soaking you any kind of way. This is America. That's a phrase. It's very loaded phrase. This is America.
Even when they were presenting, let me tell you something why I'm also going to talk. When they were presenting that man case, the judge asked question. The judge said, where his record?
Yeah. He ain't got nothing.
Speedy Ticket said, the man, I get it.
The man, I get it.
Oh, the man, yes, he lived here in America. He not home on nobody. He not beat nobody. He ain't fight nobody. But you're not hero then. They kill America, they marry. They lead their wife. They wife gone. They marry the second woman. They kill the packer in the woman, yeah. Buy the pair. Put everything in the car and run away to the other girlfriend house. Then move from there, go over there, go sell for 50,000. And they kind of put them who say they will say that they can talk nonsense. They can't talk nonsense. Yeah, now the station open. Station coming back for them tomorrow.
Oh.
He coming back for them tomorrow. He'll bust all the secret.
Let the ball breathe. Though, there's a tip. It's on my page right now. Senator Jensen, find a friend like me. I don't know if you've seen that tip, Fagon.
I get it.
We're uploading it right now.
Hey, upload that tip for us. Look.
When you upload that tape that tomorrow, I will play. I get an original version with Lao.
Listen, yo, Fagon.
They make me begging me, don't play. I beg you. They make
Fagon.
The
brother not rape nobody, daughter. The brother not kill nobody. The brother's not a pedophile. The brother's not a mass murderer. He's not a terrorist. Yes, he committed wire fraud. And people passing around that that boy has crucified Jesus Christ. Something wrong with us?
Nobody say what Stanton or he do it wrong or right. But because you insist,
we should feel on another Liberian man. Something wrong with you.
We can't forgive. You don't even have the thing to say, hey, America.
They want me, go, I say, hey.
The ball keep being
they want me, go, I say, hey. Hey. Oh, hey. Oh, wow. Your Bessie, final friend like this. See Bessie, your Bessie, final friend like this. Find a friend like me.
The only thing I let it man see intense. What day you want me or get a football player? You saw a shake and go down to the ground.
No, man. Look, America, there will be a balance at the end of the day. The jurisdictions of this country, the judicial system will work. We know they're going to work. But because we are one people, we must serve the well-being for each of us. Even if we are ill. If Fagon is my friend, Fagon needs me the most when he does something wrong. I should not run away from Fagon because he's in trouble. You are not a friend. The reason why people get friend is because when I get in big trouble, I want my friend to be by me. Not because they agree with what I did, but I need that support. This is what we should be as a community. But man, so take the calls, brother.
Yeah, let me take the calls now.
Open the lines. Let Liberian people bless God for the job.
I need that support.
Everybody.
Hey, brother, what's up?
Hello, you are live. Go ahead.
Please don't listen to your device when you call. Listen to your phone.
Hello?
Go ahead. You are live. Let's hear you. Hello? Please.
Yeah, hello. Can you hear me?
You are live. Go ahead. There you go. Oh, God. The phone, the calls are so many. So let me see if I can take calls on the other side. The calls are so many. Yeah, ready. Calls important. Good evening, welcome.
How are you doing?
I'm fine.
I'm Mr. Very Cobra, recording for an FIJ.
Okay, go ahead.
Yeah, you know the people who are happy for central they go to preaching that is physician, but we are I'm sure God will be on our side. You know, a better question. If someone who had a chance, they could give it a chance to tell one of the things that you did not make. You know, start living a dream. You want to talk to them, someone we don't have a chance, you know. They are a chance to call and they have been fighting. I need to have the chance to talk.
Okay, thank you. Let's take this person here. Welcome.
Hello, thank you, my brother Aaron. I'm so happy right now. I'm in my brother. What God cannot do does not exist. I bless God for CEO. And I know from now to January, God will turn it around. There will be a complete turn around because God has done it for Sarah, He's done it for Anna, He can do the same for Mr. Stanton Waterspoon. I bless God. Our enemy have been put to shame in Jesus' name. Amen.
Okay, thank you very much for having your say on the program. Let's take another person. Yeah. Good evening. Welcome.
Hello, Aaron.
Hello, you are live. Go ahead, ma'am.
Yes, I'm calling for District 5.
Okay, go ahead.
I want to see a soul for people.
Go ahead.
Ifweti mabato is a God of time. No matter what it is, my Lord is fighting my battle. God is fighting his battle. No matter what the enemy say, God will do it. We are so happy today. I want to say hi to Fako and Dualo. I'm happy. God going to destroy every weapon that the enemy has played in Jesus' name.
Amen. Thank you very much, our mother, for calling. Let's take more calls on the line. Zero. The WhatsApp number there. This WhatsApp number. Do not call. Do not call locally. If you want to call on the WhatsApp. Do not call locally on that number on the screen there. If you want to call on WhatsApp. Yeah, because many of you are disturbing and causing problem for. I don't know, Mr. Dwalu, if there's any number out there we can use because I put a WhatsApp number up, but the local calls are interrupting. Seriously. Welcome. Hello? Hello?
Hello?
Yes, go ahead.
We call for Mr. Wallace's CEO. The enemy men are, but whatsoever God has turned around, if you read Psalm 126, 26, God turned everything around for the best. We tell God, thank you for everything. Only God alone get the praises, no other man. In Jesus' name.
Amen. Thank you. Let's take this person. Welcome.
How you doing?
I'm fine, thank you. Go ahead.
All right. I'm Thomas Williams from Minnesota.
Okay.
Mr. Fagon, there is something about CEO. I think CEO has to explain something. Look, I went to work from yesterday. My colleagues and I at work. I'm Thomas Williams calling from Minnesota.
Yeah.
But each time he brought about Stanton business, tear rose from my eyes. The message, and two of us were too worried about CEO. They have never seen this man just watching on the TV. Even my mother, there was time when they called me from Liberia saying your mother is sick. I've never felt that way like I felt for CEO. But let me go to the issue 1 minute. You see, Liberian people are different set of people. The same people who indicted Mr. Waterspoon and subsequently convicted him are the very same people who indicted Nathaniel Magee and Bill Twawe. You voted for them in Liberia and today they are senator-elect. And you are praying that the CEO, somebody who has been very good to the Liberian people, you pray for him to go to jail. But God is our judge. Thank you very much.
Thank you all so much, my brother. Let me take this person here. Welcome.
Yeah, thank you, everyone. And good evening to the big brother on the show and good evening to Liberian people. My name is Cooper Passaway, and I'll follow this evening from District number 11.
Go ahead.
Yeah, let me appreciate God first, and let me appreciate those that stand by the CEO during a difficult time. I think sometimes we pay good, when the time comes for you to manifest or receive your goodness in return, it can be easier for you. People also our CEO circle, to be specific, Signition was celebrating that CEO going to be in jail at about this time. Like they just present the picture of the CEO is contesting against George Weah. So I saw government future minister, even people who have met at Polo Van Hotel with CEO King, because when CEO King to the country, the president of the Republic of George Weah was there. Nathan McGinn, the rest of the government future were there. And some of those meditations were downstairs, were upstairs, right? And I'm surprised that today, people who don't have any idea on the relationship between George Weah and CEO McGinn, the rest of the guys, they are celebrating that OCO sleeping jail. So sometimes it's good to say on this thing and rethink before you celebrate people downfall. But if only if they know the relationship between CEO and George Weah, someone will not sit and celebrate the CEO downfall. And we all pray to Almighty God because the goodness of CEO did for people in Liberia, also Liberia, that is why today people, they say they are celebrating, they are praying for him that he should succeed because he's far better than McGinn, he's far better than George Weah, he's far better than Nathan Bill Traore. Seriously, I'm very serious about it. If you do character analysis, right, I can take CEO every day over George Weah. I have no regret for this statement. Thank you, Aaron.
Thank you very much, my brother. Let's take this person here. Welcome.
How you doing? Is this Spoon Network?
This is Spoon Network. Go ahead. Let's hear you.
Okay. I'm happy to hear my brother was acquitted maybe for a bill or bomb.
No.
No, he was not acquitted, but go ahead.
He was not acquitted. Go ahead.
Yeah. I need to provide maybe some information in regard to him being deeper sympathy on the proceeding that which, of course, we're pending like today. It's supposed to be going to jail, but then maybe follow to where we can hear. Maybe I don't know what's unfolding with him. So is our major concern.
Okay, you want to get information? Okay, just listen to the show. Maybe Mr. Fagon will update you. It seems like you have limited information on this entire thing. Let's take another person here. Let me take you. Welcome.
Hello.
You are live. Go ahead.
My name is Fole Masare.
Go ahead, Fole.
You know, they passed through there and I've been eating. I hear the thing our people have been hurrying, I've been eating, but today I hear it later on news. Nobody happy in the war as compared to me. The situation at the band, they get hurry, they see the only men going for 20 years, they want they made a bomb. I'm praying God, asking God, but the grace of God, I never see them with my elbow, they made a UG Fagon. God bless and get a long left, the help that they do for the Labrador boat. That bless and the thing that they do for the Labrador boat. We won't get. If we pray for them, we'll show them that God bless session. The particular thing on here, God will say everything for it is like people. Oh, today, I'm not being eating, but I'm happy. I don't know the man from nowhere, but the thing that when I listen to Spoon FM, they cannot get the man being doing for the people. I'm happy the man and UG Fagon.
Thank you.
So happy.
Thank you, brother.
God, by God power, the particular thing on here, God will take everything for him. You got the help in the Liberian people.
Thank you, my brother. Thank you. Thank you very much. Mr. Dwalu has a call there.
Yeah, caller, you're live. What's your name? Where you calling from?
Hello.
Yep, go ahead. You're live.
Okay, Mr. Dwalu, thank you. And this is Thompson Millie, and I call from Pennsylvania.
Go ahead.
Yeah, I want to be grateful to God for the life of Mr. Waterspoon and his family. And it's too bad. It's too bad to just join somebody when they are not guilty, right? God is somebody who you cannot predict. He saved the life of Daniel from the lion den. He can do it for anyone. So those of the guy who up there saying Mr. Waterspoon should have been in jail today, it's a war on him. And I want to say a bravo to him, and I can't wait to see you on the show today or tomorrow. Thank you so much for the time.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Go ahead. We just only one call.
Okay. Let me take this person. Welcome.
Yes, how you doing, brother?
I'm fine, thank you. Go ahead, let's hear you.
Yeah, I'm listening to Duke. I'm calling from Grand Cape County.
Go ahead, Duke.
Yeah, brother, I thank God for our brother Stanton, man. I'm monitoring the show, and we are in prayer with him
Like tomorrow, Friday, we're going to conduct a Friday prayer and we'll pray for him. That's all I got to say. You shouldn't be afraid. God with him and we are with him as a Liberian. Thank you.
Okay, thank you all so much. Let me take this person here calling to the line. This person, welcome.
Aaron Kuban.
You are live on the radio. Let's hear you.
Look, please permit me to sing this small battle song. Apostle, apostle, creeper, apostle. Oh, apostle, creeper, apostle. Okay, this is Deacon Bob Johnson calling from New Jersey, Istanbul. I'm very happy, overwhelmed to hear this good news of a Liberian. My people. I don't understand the Witherspoon, but the Bible says we should forget our enemy 70 times 7. 70 times 7. And then all over the country, few handful of people were rejoicing. In fact, some people were betting yesterday. Some people will go to jail for 40 years. Some were saying 30 years and so forth and so on. But today, God, thank you. Thank you. Thank you. In Jesus' name, I pray for something with us and my family.
Thank you, Deacon. Thank you, Deacon.
Yeah.
Thank you very much. Let's take this person from the side. Hello, welcome. You are live. Go ahead. Are you there? You can keep holding the line hostage. Let's take this person here. Welcome. You are live on the radio. Go ahead. Let's hear you.
We are all in for our.
Oh, your line is so very bad. I wish I could keep you, but really it's time. So let's take another person from this side. Hello, welcome.
Yes. Oh, Daddy God put them to shame. Oh, put them to shame. Those who say censor will go to jail, put them to shame. Shame on them in Liberia. In Jesus' name.
Amen. Thank you. Thank you. Let's take another person from this side. Hello, welcome.
Roberto calling from Liberia. There's someone say, what God cannot do to us not exist. They are men, they are not God. He said, who is meant to say a word, it come to pass if our God has not yet said it. I'm very much grateful to God today. The place I don't even know how to tell God, thank you for the level of CEO. And God will continue to put his enemy to shame. He will always be above his enemy. Thank you so much.
Thank you all so much for having us here. Let's take this person here. Welcome.
Hello?
You are live. Go ahead.
I just want to sing song, one thing song. Diwe na musro trapo, na mwangire ti pro. Oh, dena nwa komo. Oh, samukla ke na panonye. Nyono ko asiate amorobo. Yenu mona. The song record say, I come to tell God, thank you. I thank God, thank you because I overcome my enemy. Today, I'm the happiest one. I just want to say thank you. I'm one of the happiest one today in my life to see the miracle that God perform. And I know in January, He's going to perform more in Jesus' name.
Amen. Thank you, ma'am. Okay, let's go to Mr. Dwalu.
Yeah, let's take one phone call here. But before you start speaking, sir, one clarity: Stanton was not acquitted. Stanton was not acquitted. I just want to make that clarification. Go ahead, sir. You're live.
So you can put that in a little in the simple.
Great. You're live. Go ahead.
Yeah, I just want to be grateful to God. If I was a gift, I shall be given to you in good measure, pressing down, shaking over as men who give to your bosom. And also, if I was say when God do something, we should testify. Whatever the situation is today, we want to testify that the God who has started this work is not an incomplete God. He's going to do it to the end. So may God bless you guys. God will bless Stanton, and then God will surely take him to the end, because he's never an incomplete God. He will never fail us. I just want to bless God for his life and bless God for Spoon Network and bless God for you all in studio. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. Back to you, Aaron.
Okay. This person, welcome.
Hello, Aaron.
Hello, you are live on the radio. Let's hear you.
Yes, Aaron, I am so grateful to God. To be honest, I don't know Mr. Witherspoon. I am Snotty A12 calling for Liberia. I always follow the Spoon Show. I want to be so grateful to the Almighty God for this man. I don't care to know whether he actually committed the crime or not, only the judge has the decision. Because I wasn't there. But whatever the case is, I will never pray evil for my fellow man. I'm so grateful to the Almighty God for the life of Mr. Stater A. Witherspoon. People that know me, I've been feeling so feverish in myself. I've been feeling so sick from yesterday. I had a set.
Okay. Thank you, ma'am. Thank you. Let's take another person here. Welcome. Hello, welcome. Let me see if I can continue to take calls. Let me take it from this side. Hello, welcome.
Yeah, hello.
You're alive. Go ahead.
I want to bless God ever so much for Mr. Stanton Witherspoon. I pray. It worried me a lot when I heard it. I don't know him in person, but the good he did for Liberians and not only for us. That's why I said today on my Facebook page, I said, if God can turn the captivity of Africa around, he will surely turn it around for Mr. Stanton Witherspoon. I bless God ever so much. And whatsoever they're planning in their evil, in January when he go there, they will turn that case also.
Thank you.
Thank you.
I'm going to take about 2 more calls so we can get back to the people business.
Okay, let me take this person. Yeah. Hello, welcome. Hello, are you there?
Hello.
You are live. Go ahead.
Thank you. My name is Noah Zau Gibson. I phone in as usual from Painesville. Before I make the point, to just make it clear, like Dwalu said, we all know that Spencer and I acquitted, meaning those of you who don't understand our English, meaning they never free him. They never free him. They didn't say they free him. That's what I mean. But the thing is, we are happy that what people ever thought that today there's a Witherspoon was going to be pitching beyond bars. That's why many of them expected, but it didn't stay happy. And you know, Aaron, what really gets into me is somebody who not clean, who don't have the moral standing to question Mr. Witherspoon, were questioning Mr. Witherspoon on one radio station today. I heard them saying that whether Mr. Witherspoon will still have the right to put his mouth in what happened in Liberia. And yes, the crime Mr. Witherspoon is being accused of is not a Liberian crime. He's a Liberian citizen. He's free to speak his mind. So those of you who are heard on that radio station today saying that when Mr. Witherspoon say anything in Liberian politics, you will carry a complaint to the U.S. embassy. We're waiting for you to try it. As soon as you try it too, we will carry a complaint to those sanction officials that some of you elected that was sanctioning your comment for stealing from the Liberian people. You got no moral ground to put your mouth on Mr. Witherspoon. So we're waiting for you to try it. Thank you.
Thank you, my brother. This final person here, then we'll go back to the panelist. Welcome.
Good evening, Aaron.
Good evening. Let's hear you. I think someone.
Good evening, leader. This is Papi Successful Kid. I call from Mosovado County District 4 to Preserve. Let me say good evening to the radio land. And I do believe that we all are listening and making the call for this unique conversation tonight. Spoon have not been fed to us today. What do I mean by that? Spoon have been one of the platform, one of the radio stations that have been giving you all opportunity for news and making impact. But every activity today concerning Spoon or Centum, it was no information pushed on the page of Spoon, Nilo, and announcing to the public. I understand everybody know God and everybody serve God. Even the people that were involved in the situation, they serve God and know God too as well. People saying that these people are happy for sending to go in jail today. It was unfair. And now that they are being canceled, you go to jail come January 31st. But we are not praying for them, especially me. But let it be beyond the way beyond to.
Thank you.
40 minutes.
Thank you very much. Thank you. Then we are back to the panelists. See.
Pago, let me recognize a few people when they come in early, just to recognize them. It's like a little tradition here, if you don't mind. Aaron, let's recognize a few of the guys that are coming on the show so we can make sure we celebrate. The mom, Dorothy's son, Darius, welcome to the show. Hen Siata Saki, Okwe, welcome to the show. Jalomani Kai, welcome. Siata Tengwe. Hey, Siata, what's going on, man? Hastings Wei, welcome to the show. Lady Yam Moton, welcome to the show. Rebecca J. Moore, welcome to the show. George Destined for Greatness. Tama, welcome to the show. Fata Mento, Duna Jackson, welcome. Caroline Blaman Sa, Gedru De Zaza Favor, welcome. Favor Faconia, welcome to the show. Matthew Freeman, Roland Payuwe, welcome to the show. Gazwa Manawon, welcome to the show. Lawrence Dawo, welcome. Liberia, welcome to the show. I see Esther Mobulu Gweli, welcome to the show. Jackie Marsh, welcome. Gabriel Kanto, Miata Kiamu, welcome to the show. Florence Ricks, Soma, Morris Cully. Look, everybody, welcome to the show. Now, somebody asked a question here. I want to make that clarification. Yes, Stanton was not acquitted. They're not going to let him go. There are still, the judicial process still going on. There is a possibility he could go to jail for up to 3.5 years. There's a possibility he could go to jail for less time. So the judge will decide that. We are not the judge. Now, Fagon said this, but I want to restate this very slowly. We do not condone what Stanton has done. Nobody condones it. We know this is a crime. But what we are doing here is celebrating one of us, not because we want bad things to happen to him, but we want something good to happen for our community. Because Stanton was a crucial part of this community. He elevated this community despite whatever he's been accused of. At the end of the day, it should be about a Liberian community that we elevate collectively. Sometimes, look, this is America, the Jews, the Russians, the Italians, the Salvadorians, everybody, they celebrate their own community. It doesn't mean they don't have criminals, but they built up a platform so they can elevate their community. And I say in Stanton weak ways, he was trying to do that. How be a flaw in some instance? We are not celebrating crime. We are celebrating the brother who's raising a decent Liberian family. For me, it's about the togetherness of the family. We don't want to take somebody away. So we want Liberia to get better. And the only way that country gets better is each of us. Our families are better. And that's our push to make sure Liberia is elevated. Brother Remy Gray, welcome to the show. If I go, I'll send it over to you, brother.
Thank you very much. Welcome, E. Remy Gray. To you, the Liberians listening under the tone of my voice, let me be very clear with you all. Nobody is saying to the judicial system in America that what Stanton did was right. Nobody is saying that America is wrong. As a matter of fact, we thank God for America. But here are some basic facts. Stanton, November 2nd, they will sentence Stanton, he will move on the radio, and then we will seize this country as a rogue regime. November 2nd came pass. Oh, Stanton, October 3rd part of the last one. Stanton is done. He cannot even survive. October 3rd came a pass. November 2nd part, he finished. That the last row. November 2nd came a pass. Because there is a man called God. That some of you don't know, you keep killing people in Monrovia. And at the end of the day, today again he went. Thousands and thousands of Liberians called, wrote emails, sent letters. Please, we're begging you. We're not saying what this man did was wrong. I mean, was right. But we plead for leniency until the prosecutor himself said, who is this man? Who is this man that hundreds of thousands of people are asking for leniency and pardon for? Who is this man? What has he done? Even the judge wants to know, who is this man? Let me see the hand. That's why when we read the Bible, Jesus said, he that is without sin must cast the first stone. Some of you listening to me, you are rogues. Some of you right now listening to this program, you are rapists. Some of you listening to me right now, you are murderers. You kill. But you are the ones that is casting the stone. Finishing. So we are not here to praise Stanton, glorify Stanton. what Dwalu and I, and maybe Remy is seeking to do, is to tell you, this is not the time to say, kill that Liberian, finish that Liberian, jail him for life. Because everyone have sinned and have fallen short of the glory of God. And everyone have made some mistakes in their life. Everyone have done something wrong. And that's what we're saying. But the same American judicial system that is prosecuting Stanton today, they put an allegation against him. They brought him in the courtroom, and they are about to punish him either ways. Whether it be a suspended sentence, whether it be a 6-month sentence, whether it be whatever. Is it not the same American government that accused your government of corruption, ritualistic killings, extrajudicial killings? The same crown that Stanton stood in the courtroom for today, money laundering. Did they not accuse your government and president of money laundering? He is an American citizen. He better come back here too and answer. Will he come? Folks, let's be honest. Liberian people can say, let tussle. You see Stanton, you running with it. But they sanction people. They accuse them. They say they got the evidence. Y'all who running around as seditions, y'all tell your own people over now. Let's see whether people will write thousands of letters for their character. Will thousands of letters come for Jowia's character? I mean, what am I saying? I am saying no one says Stanton is right. No one says Stanton will not go to jail. No one says Stanton is innocent. We are saying to you, learn to stop being hateful. Stop wishing evil for another person. Instead, pray for the person. God will laugh at me if I don't tell you what happened today. Get the paper right here. Not go for play. Get it right here. They way back child support. Our own natty who covetan. They sent me paper. My ex went to the court and I didn't appear. When she came from the court, my ex-wife came from the court and said, don't bother. I went there and I settled it. My ex-wife. Today I say that in my heart. Yeah. They did everything on it. They said failure to appear. Bench. $250 US. Does that make me a bad person? Does that make me a criminal? Or you're coming to say them or coming to jail and lock me up? The point I raised, Dwalu, in my closing to seditions, the biggest problem we've had, me, in the CDC, was the vast majority of seditions who, I'm talking about the old man who's selling the billboard, or the people that who doing their head. No. The ones you see running around, acting like they know. They don't know a doggone thing. I can get you 15 ministers when we took over government that were only high school graduates. They stayed in the government and went to college as ministers. As ministers when we took over. Yeah, Mama C. Kaba there. Yeah, Avin Wisa there. Yeah, Jefferson Koji there. Yeah, Eddie Trawaye there. All there. At the end of the day, they were high school graduates. Yeah, all year today. When you go to and say, oh, they made a reactionary. Their own advice. And today, there's no actual real knowledge. So they behave like buffoons. I turn it over to you, Connie Remy.
Very great. Come on with your 2 minutes, brother.
Well, gentlemen, hi, good day, man. I had an engagement last night, so I could not fly over to Florida. But I'm glad my brothers were there, Al Hussein and Hassan. I think they made it there because we were in communication, but I was in a late meeting up to 10 o'clock last night. But these things happen to everybody. Not that everybody will face the court, but sometimes there's some unintentional causes that will come out of your activity. Look like Fangon was sitting down now, they serve him. You
I
understand?
tell you,
Unintendedly. Not to say he went to
yeah,
go
but I
look.
was in my mail Basel.
Yeah, yeah.
They could
You know,
arrest you with pictures. They would say, "Oh, if I'm gonna do something,
See, I went to the African store today.
they could
So
get
that
it."
means on my way back from the African store, Remy, you know what I'm talking about when they say bench?
Yeah.
On my way now, a police pulled me over for tail light. Boom, they take my picture.
A bench, right there.
For 200 that.
Probable
So in
cause.
the morning, I don't want to go in there. I say, that paper I see yesterday, myself, bring myself.
Yeah. Yeah. So you know, these things happen. Look, this country during COVID, well, I mean, saw something that as a superpower, this country came down on its knees. And some of us don't want to appear like we are rewarding criminal activity. You know, so when we speak with caution. But the idea here was the intent itself, was it criminal? The process may have been. And we all know that what Stanton did, as Dwalo has said, or Fangon, was quite, you know, horrendous. But the fact about the matter, what was the intention? And I'll just leave it there to say, at least there was some leniency on the mind of the judge. Maybe because so many of us, you know, wrote in, even though one or two others were there, requesting the judge to crucify him.
Yeah.
But there were lots of individuals who were well intentioned. Asked the judge. Some left voice messages and so on and so forth. And those things help. It shows that somebody is giving back to the community. You see, we're in a different society. We're not in Liberia. In Liberia, you give back to the society. People even denigrate you. Yeah, I served the military in Liberia. You know, they have all kinds of. Imagine I gave 20 plus years of my natural life in defense of the country. You know, I got bewoofed, bastardized, and so on, like I committed a crime. You know, that's the kind of meanness that perverses our society. And some of us, where are we going to be going again to serve the public? If look, Dwalo, you know, you serve in the country. You know, you just remove the trash. People respect you for that. You
Preference in
understand?
employment. They give you
Yes,
preference in everything.
everything, man. This is the hype of civilization, and we're at the tail end of it.
Yeah.
You understand? So when people are wishing for because someone spoke against you or they took a side in our politics, so therefore you want them to hang them or you know strap their neck with guillotine and cut it off or behead them. You know, I'm sure people had all kinds of imagination. Some people are even angry that we're talking about it.
Yep.
But I'll leave here. You know, I think with good behavior, Stanton could walk out of that
Year and a half.
supervised release 18 months later.
Yeah.
Federal prison are not there to hold you too long, especially if your crime did not lead to the loss of life of someone or innocently. It was just it's a blue collar crime or white collar crime, as you call it. So he might walk pretty soon,
Possibly.
but we don't condone the act in all you know fairness. I in particular would never condone acts of criminality. I would never.
Okay.
But we pray that at least the best of it was served because the thing is, it could have been worse.
Yeah, they couldn't have been worse. Colonel Gray, thank you so much. And before we lost Saturdays, this is important. We are not sidelining the victims. We know there were victims here. Every single post I always recognize the victims with these kind of crimes. They're all part of the judicial system. But we're going to go to our first talking point tonight. Mr. Fagon Ako, a giant. I'm talking about Bapleo. I'm talking about a massive whale fell in the lap of UP. Does this catapult UP far beyond the finish line? Bagon. Our question goes to you. You have to make it 3 minutes because we need 3 people here.
You know, let me tell you something. We tell people that these elections are over, and they second guess themselves. I didn't say that good because I think somebody is not listening. We tell people that these elections are over, and they second guess themselves. Tomorrow, I see on Carrasco page, a big thing will happen. Carrasco. ANC with all the likes of Conor Remy, Gray, Francine Chinaway, and the others, you don't have anything. ANC going to you under the canopy of CPP, Belated did not bring people to CPP. That ANC made up CPP. Nyombi Kanga took the Liberty Party, Belated took the shit. Okay? Now, Cummins does not want to embarrass himself because they have a verbal audio, if you want. They have an audio and they have a video of Cummins saying what would happen to George Weah if there was a second round. Now, Cummins does not want to embarrass himself. The strong supporters of the CPP/ANC, they're in the States. The ones on the ground know better. An example of what I'm trying to say is the question you asked me. Arco today and Sue Dollar and all of them were there. The real Arco said they endorsing Joseph Numa Bwaka. Then I go see somebody that nobody know in Arco say he get concerned Arco people to endorse President Weah. I look at his ceremony, you can see no sedition there, sir, to receive the endorsement fund. They big platform, they say the vast tenor barrel from Kidman will endorse them. You are looking around for people. But when you get people like Johnny Pehe, Dr. H. Wyman Famula Jr.,
yes, sir.
You got people that have impacted society for years and have made their political mistakes. Then you say, oh, that old politician. Yes, that old politician. But you know what the old politician say? You take this thing from this little child. He can't handle it.
Can't handle it. They know better.
You take it from the children. Look at Jefferson Koji, the mayor, you say the mayor. You can't clean the city because you hold more press conferences than you hold shovels. Yes. You speak, all the people go at the press conferences instead of speaking it at the negotiating table for dump trucks. Now, what do we have? If you look, Dwalo, on your neck portal, you will see John Weah came first, 43.8. Joseph Bwaka came 43.4. Right? Apeton came in, but everybody know Apeton vote our Joseph Bwaka vote.
Of course.
Because he jammed right on top of Joseph Bwaka.
Yeah.
He not there, I won't vote. The next person was who? Lotoni Kamara.
Correct.
That's the man that endorsed the man today. Following that was Alexander Cummins with what? 1.6. And just after him, Gonglo with 1.4. Not much of a difference. But Cummins not going to say anything about Jawia. Cummins was saying, no. Cummins people on the ground, we got them. Because ANC broke away from CDC as a result of the same treatment. And 6 years down the road, CDC have never looked at ANC as a political party. You don't get nothing there. Then Tiawan Gonglo say, you forget it. Pape, I endorse you. One more again. Jawia, who here on the list now endorse you?
One. Nobody.
Show your own endorsement. Start running
10
down
seconds.
the youth league or the youth this. Show your own endorsement. These elections, Dwalo, this election is history now.
It's history.
We're only waiting for January 15th to see a new president and a new dawn and a new chapter for our country. Thank you.
Very great. Before I even come to that question, I will ask you the same question, but I will phrase it this way. ARCO endorses UP. What is the strength? Not these election numbers, but I want you to speak to the social strength, the political strength and the economic strength of ACO in Liberia. What does that mean for the UP organization?
Well, it's a good thing, my brother. What I can tell you is that even without these endorsements, if the Unity Party are deployed their machinery well, chances are they were going to finish this this dragon that is hanging over our head. They would have finished it to the extent where there would be no second rounds. But they were careless at some point, given the fact that there were so many opposition. Probably they relied on those other opposition being their eyes. But in this game, you must be there for yourself to account for yourself. So with all of these endorsements that the Unity Party is speaking up, I think it will sail them across the line and it will bring momentum. Look, I'm a soldier. I was trained to go and talk to the troops when they're feeling down. That's my that's one of my skills. I go and they will say, well, this corner full of lelu. It means it means you're going to go lift the spirit up. With all of these endorsements, I think it's only making the case that Unity Party is gathering, steam, ready to pick up like a jet. And I would say don't sleep on the wheel, please. These folks, everybody in our country can endorse you. To still, when you sleep just for 1 second, you bob your eyes, you're gone. So I would say the Unity Party should stand steadfastly and and finish this thing up, man. Let's move this menace from our presence.
Yes. I
So
want
it's
to
not in anybody.
welcome my sister.
Dwallo, before you come in, my June Jack came back, the small June.
Yeah.
You see it? It just came back.
Yeah.
Cummins left the country the money by Askia. I just
Fuck
put it together and took it and say, and I look at it few, I put it in the Sunny Journal, I see Cummins leaving on Askia.
Where you going?
He left the money.
Oh.
Yes.
Man running away from the endorsement. Running away from the endorsement.
But why should we endorse this man? He made a
I go wait, who come in. Let's recognize our sister here for it. We will come to Cummins. Cummins on my list. Fagon, Cummins on my list. But Kou, we know what is our code.
Cummins said, oh, I did better. You will never endorse me.
Fagon, don't disturb my train of thought because I want to hear Kou so she can breathe heavy. We know what is our code. No, I asked my brother Colonel Gray this question. The political weight of ACO in Liberia. We know the social weight, the economic weight, the position of ACO. What does that mean? You know, people say in the beginning, the train is slow. Can I say to you that ACO has turned the train into the Japanese fast rail train? I'll give it to you. What has ACO done for UP?
Thank you. Thank you to all of my distinguished panelists, all respectable big brothers. Thank you to all our listeners. Right before I answer that question, I just want to send a special shout out to our CEO, Stanton Witherspoon. I mean, you know what today means for the entire Spoon family. And we see it as a huge step. We see it as a gracious one, and we are very humbled, and we are standing with you. And today we can say that the CEO will be here tomorrow, so it's a good thing for us. And to all of our supporters, all of our well wishers, everybody there wishing the best for the network, we just want to say thank you for standing by your favorite station. Going into the ACO business, I tell you what happened today. I listened to the Spoon commentator, and he said that this is Joseph Yuman's biggest endorsement. And I said, this guy is wrong. This is the biggest endorsement anybody could get in the second round. So because if you look at the statistics or you look at our election results, you will see that Appeton was there, but we know Appeton is mistaken identity. So in default, ACOP key number 3. So ACOP endorsement is the biggest endorsement anybody can get. And it's a reliable endorsement. Why do I say it's reliable? The people that constitute ACOP,
the ethnic grouping, the religious grouping, that community is a community that listens to their leaders. So that endorsement is very, very much reliable. That's a community that listens to their leaders. So ICOP coming on board, not surprising. ICOP and the Unity Party have a common heritage. They were all funded by people from the Kwanin Bunu area there in Lofa.
Yeah.
And historically, those group of people who have loved to vote for the Unity Party if ICOP was not there. So ICOP did justice to her constituents. That's why the vast majority of our membership wanted. The train was going on, but there's more party in the train. Those guys are on board. They bring a lot. They bring resources. They bring human capital. They're very brilliant people. They're very loyal people. They are forceful. So the ACOP endorsement is a huge one. It's a one that just gives a big push to the train, and we celebrate that because there is no other endorsement in the second round that could even measure up to ACOP. So when you look at what ACOP brings, if you look at the commitment it brings, if you look at what the LPP brought, you look at the credibility that the LPP brought, it means we grab the major endorsements going into the second round.
Thank you so much. But I'm going to come back to you, and we're sticking with the ACO thing. But this one, I'm going to up your notch. I want you to put ACO in Lofa County, put ACO in Bon County, put ACO in Montserrat County. What kind of votes we are talking about when you put them in this county? Put them in at least 3 counties that any county of it choosing.
All right, let's put you name the county and I will put him there.
Put ACO in Lofa County. What does that do for the UP party?
It gives UP party an automatic almost 5,000 votes right there. He came third in Lofa County in the presidential Lusuni Kamara. ACO got 3.62%. So you're looking at 5,000. Mind you, every time I call these figures to you, what you need to do is find out how many votes did George Weah get over Joseph Boakai.
Correct.
7,126. So in Lofa alone, not the other counties for ACO,
yeah,
it cuts it down by 4,756, which means that just from Lofa alone, under ACO, we can close George Weah. All right, name the second county.
That's assuming he even maintains the votes he has. They're going to Montserrat County. What is he doing to Montserrat County?
Montserrat, what did ACO get? ACO again came in third place in Montserrat, getting 17,144 votes. That's almost 2 times what George Weah beat Omer Boakai nationally.
Correct.
So you see, just Lofa and Montserrat alone, 2 counties, gives you what? Over 20,000 votes. Give me the third county.
I'm not going to give you the third county, but I will give you this, and I will let you speak to this. Given the way the UP organization treated ACO during these before the runoff elections, what response do you think ACO would meta against CDC in the second round?
Okay, so let's correct it. What did UP do? Because you said UP due to ACO, it was CDC.
No, CDC, the one man as CDC did to ACO.
Correct. 2 things here.
Yeah.
You're going to get, you know how we sometimes Dwalo say, Magay got a sympathy vote, or this person got a sympathy vote?
Correct.
ACO vote would be one of anger. And sorry to say, sometimes when I speak the truth, I get in trouble. But sometimes I love getting in trouble because the truth sets me and my people free, the people who follow me.
Be free.
ACO is predominantly, number 1, a Muslim party. Number 2, ACO is predominantly Mandingo and Fula. Number 3, ACO is predominantly Loma, Bandi, Vai party from that side. When you hear an aide to the president calling the people Mandingo dog, shooting at them, using tear gas, and beating them up, and say even the one we did to you today was small. The standard bearer, without respect for him, they took a cell phone, shoved him in a room, and tear gas him. More so, destroy over 60 vehicles from them. ARCO, the anger that ARCO is coming with, CDC will not even be able to address it.
Thank you.
So I'm saying to you, you asked the question, what CDC did to them? How is it going to help? It hurt CDC. It hurt them. And the Mandingos, the Fula, the Muslims, the Bandi, the Loma, and the Vai, they will show President George Weah, we don't have to be cool or Grebo or this for you to give us our respect. And this will sound a warning to any other president that comes about, that if you think mosquito is small, that because ARCO is quiet and don't talk, wait for it to sit on your testicles. Then when you bite, slap it, then you will know what small thing can do. That's what ARCO will show to George Weah.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Look, before I go to Meme, I want to go to Colonel Gray. Colonel Gray, we know, and I believe Cole on this, the biggest endorsement that any political party in the second round could get is ARCO, given the way they're positioned and the number they've gotten. And I'll ask you this again. With this ARCO endorsement, can we say this unequivocally that this is going to catapult the UP far beyond President Weah in the second round? Colonel Gray?
Well, you remember I said it will propel them to shoot up like a rocket. Because the membership of ARCO brings strength as well. There were lots of folks who were sleeping in a corner until people called them names. I mean, you look at a group of decent people who have been struggling to be part of the nation, the only nation they know, Liberia. Of no fault of their own, they were born in our country. But increasingly, they are being isolated as somebody else. And then you look at them and call them dogs. Man, even the child in their mother's womb will be turning, ready to come out prematurely. How those people will turn out. So you talking about propelling on the Unity Party, I think that would do, because you know what? I look at the presence of Mandingos not only in those 3 counties you name, even Bomi. It's heavily populated with Mandingos. Go Nimba. Yeah, I used to be in Sanicola. I used to think there were more Mandingos there than you can ever imagine. So these people, they will come out. And I think one distinction with them is that the smaller the Memezi Kaba or whoever, those little ones that will support George Weah, they're in the minute number. But the majority of these people who look up to their leaders for direction, they are the ones that will line up behind Luseni and Joseph Boakai eventually. So I can see, I can see just that momentum they bring to the campaign will
Thank
help to make the case.
Thank you. I'm going to go to Meme before I go upstairs. Meme, I want you to speak to the ARCO endorsement. I'm going to leave it that vague. Just speak to the ARCO endorsement. I'm going to leave it vague and give it to you for 2 minutes.
Oh, you talking to me, Dwalu?
Yes, sir.
Oh, you not forget me?
Oh no, sorry. I was on the line. I received some strategic call.
Hey, Mama, I hear say people calling you babe. Like you didn't want to not babe.
Oh, call me babe.
Let's change our topic. I'm babe time.
Rescue babe.
Yeah,
not just babe.
So, Mame, I want you to put the ARCO support for UP into context. What does that mean?
It's a big news. And I look at it beyond the politics of numbers. And the reason why I do so is because I know a whole lot of the people on the show and everybody around, just looking at the numbers that ARCO will bring, the momentum that it has brought to the to the party. But most of what that will do, it will help Joseph Boakai to win the election. It will help to boost the momentum leading to the election. But post-election impact of ACO's endorsement, that's what I'm interested in. And that's where I see the leaders in ACO to be people who are looking beyond what is happening today in our country. And if you give me a chance, I will give you an illustration. Most of the people who support ACO, like all of us said here, are Mandingos and Muslims. They live in Nimba, mostly. They live in Lofa, mostly. Whether true or not, there has been this historical suspicion in Nimba County that the Mandingo people are not part of the Nimba Kwado. They do not stand with the Nimba people. They do not fight with the Nimba people. That suspicion has been there. In Lofa County, there is this suspicion, whether true or not, oh, they are strangers. People refer to them like that. What this endorsement have done, it has sent a statement that lay a foundation for reconciliation. It has sent a statement that lay a foundation for peaceful coexistence. ACOBs and Muslims across Liberia are now telling the people in Nimba, we are part of the Nimba Kwado. We see our brother on the ticket close to becoming the vice president of Liberia. We stand with him. That's the message they sent to Nimba today. In Lofa County, they're telling the people in Lofa, we are not strangers. We are with you. We see our kissy brother close to becoming president of the country. We stand with him. That statement that ACO released today, that statement of standing together with their brothers, both in Nimba and Lofa, that statement has set a foundation for reconciliation, peaceful coexistence. And these are things that you can't quantify. These are things you can't put monetary value to. There's no price for reconciliation. There's no price for peaceful coexistence. That is why the leaders in ACO were not looking at money. They were looking at the value of living with their brothers and sisters in Nimba together. They were looking at the value and the dividend of living with their brothers and sisters in Lofa together. The leaders in ACO today may not benefit from that peaceful coexistence and reconciliation, but the next generation of Mandingos, the next generation of Muslims in Nimba, in Lofa, will reap the benefit of this decision. That is why we're calling on them to stand by this decision, because it is a decision that will benefit you. When you stay in Nimba 5-10 years from now, the Gio Maron people will see you as their brother because you stood with them 10 years away. The people in Lofa will do the same. So I see the endorsement as a statement for long-term reconciliation, peaceful coexistence that young people in ACO, Muslims, Mandingo across the country will benefit from. And that's the reason why they should stand behind the decision. Musa Belete, let me learn on this. Musa Belete, this is an opportunity for you to maximize. You are the only Muslim Mandingo candidate in Nimba. Your people have taken a decision to stand with your brothers. Join that movement. Do not betray them. Do not step aside. Support them today. They will support you and your next generation tomorrow.
Thank you. Look, I'm going to go to Fatima. Fatima, welcome to the show, and Sis Jemama, welcome to the show as well. It seems Meme has invoked this wisdom coming from the ACO executive. They're not looking in terms of immediacy, so to speak, but they are taking fire here for the collective well-being of their Black. And this is something we can all. How does that play into the discussion of ACO supporting the Unity Party, and whether that decision is right for the group as a whole? Can you speak to that, please, Fatima?
Yeah. Thanks, Walu.
Please.
Huh? Am I muted?
No, I said the rest of somebody got background noise, so we can so you can talk.
So I was saying, thanks to Walu, thanks to the rest of the panelists, thanks to all of those millions and of people watching across the globe. I think it's a great decision. When it's yesterday, I actually spoke to Palu because when he was Minister of Commerce, my father was his assistant, and we have a very close relationship. And I spoke to Sekou Kroma, and they all assured me yesterday that when they went to the headquarters to make the statement, they said that they are doing this for love of country. They decided that it was good for the Unity Party and for ALCO to come together because they see that the direction the country has been taking for the last 6 years, they were not in favor of that direction. They were not going to accept any kind of monetary value to put over Liberia. And I was very excited. I even had a show and I talked about it yesterday. So they did this for the love of country. We believe that this is a strong bond. I think that with the leadership of ALCO today, having this formal endorsement program, I think it's gonna empower all Liberians. Most of all Mandingos, VAR people. You forgot VAR. We have VAR people in ALCO as well. VAR, some Gola people. It's gonna empower us and educate us that this is the right way. The Unity Party is the only party right now in these elections that's going to uplift our Liberian people and put us on our path towards a successful country. As we all know, our country is really leading towards destruction. And today I was proud when I heard the leadership of ALCO speaking. I heard Palu speaking and talking about uniting us. I know this bond is going to be a bond that I think you saw their numbers in both Lofa as well as in Nimba. I think they are going to help us get this win. So we are excited. We're going to continue to speak to our people. We'll speak Mandingo, we'll speak Va, we actually add Pele, and we'll continue to talk to our people about what is at stake.
Thank
So
you.
I'm excited and I'm moved.
I'm gonna go to Angie Mama here, and you would do this. I want you to really speak to the insight of the decision from ACO and what it means for Liberia. Can you speak to that, says Jemima? You're muted.
Am I on now?
You're good.
Okay. I'd like to say good evening to the people of Liberia and to the entire world.
If there's anybody in studio, can you help Angie Mama with her microphone, please?
Yes.
Anyone in studio? Anyone in studio? We're not getting.
I think they're helping her. They're helping her.
Okay.
There you go. It's okay. Say something.
Can you hear me now?
Yep, you're good.
I don't think so.
Go ahead. Go ahead.
Oh, okay. You can hear me now. I
Yes.
I came tonight with a heavy heart for what happened to my nephew Stanton. But on the other hand, I like to say that God is always in control of whatever that happens to you or anywhere. Stanton will be just fine. He will be okay. Stanton is a man who is willing at any time to share whatever he has with anybody, whether he knows you or not, he will help you. And most of the people that are criticizing him right now, those are people that he helped. He helped over the past time. He helped government officials. He helped a lot of people in Liberia who needed help and abroad. I'm not saying what happened was right, but in anybody's life, you can make mistake. And I just want to say this is one of the mistakes that he made. But I like to say to other people who are wishing for him to go to jail for 20 years, some talk show host who has said that Stanton will go to jail for 20 years, thank God that the judge has a heart. He knows that Stanton is not a criminal. Stanton has never committed a crime in America. He asks for his record. He has never committed a crime. And he helped a lot of people. Whatever money he got, he helped a lot of people. He's a good-hearted man. So God will bless him. And we on the show we should continue to pray for him. Now, coming to ACO. ACO is a very important factor for us. When I say us, you are sympathizer, supporter of Unity Party, everybody that is on board. ACO brings to the table not only just numbers, but they bring to the table reconciliation. They bring to the table peace. They bring to the table gesture of happiness.
You're muted again, sis mama. You're muted again.
Can you hear me now? Can you hear me now?
Yes.
Okay. So ACO is bringing to the table a lot of things. Like I said, reconciliation. They're bringing peace. They're bringing in numbers. So whoever will sit and say ACO is not important, that's not true. ACO plays a very important factor in the whole political arena. People have said over the period of time, Mandingos are not this, they are not that. But let's look at it the other national way. Mandingos have been here from the onset, from the time the country was founded. And it is now time for us to put everything aside and see exactly what we're going to do for the Mandingos because they are part of us. They are showing an olive branch. They are coming to say, yes, we're on board. Not only for this election, but moving forward. When you win the election, don't just do it for now. When you win the election, they must play an important role. Not only them, but the entire country. Every tribe should play an important role in after this election. Whether it's school, whether it's pastor, whether it's whether you voted for us, because I know we're going to win. UP is going to win. We must have that mind, that school of thought to say, when we win, we're bringing everybody on board, government of inclusion. Because this is the reason why, one of the major reasons why now Liberians don't want George Weah, because he excluded a lot of people and took a handful of people around him, and those are the people that have been working with him over the year, and those are the people that have supported him. So ACO is bringing on board very important factors that we should watch, and not only now, but after the election, we should make sure that we reconcile the country, and we make sure that we pay attention to the Mandingo people too, because for too long they have cried. And that's why most of the time you see them, they say back and look. But now they're saying, yeah, we are. We're on board. So it left with us. And I'm saying it again, after the election, let's not forget. Because like CDC, when we elected them, they forgot even to go back to tell the people thank you. It took them almost 5 years coming to election before they went by and said, who can they tell you thank you? No, we will not do that.
Thank you.
I want to say thank you to ACO for coming on board. Congratulations to every one of us, and let peace prevail.
I mean, it seems everybody's welcoming ACO as brothers, not just for the endorsement, but recognizing that they are a crucial part of our society. But I got another question posting, and I'm going to start here with my sister Cole. We're getting reports that Mr. Cummins will not endorse. He's reluctant to take a side. He's going to negate this decision, or he's going to push down the decision to the executives of the ANC or the CPP to make that decision for him. I don't know whether this is true entirely, but I do know this. There has been reluctance on the part of Mr. Cummins to state his position. Now, Kawa, I'm going to ask you this. What do you make of that?
Thank you. Thank you, Tualu. The information entirely is true, but I would say kudos to the powerful PR of the UP, especially the Spoon Network. We've challenged him. We've challenged him by his words. We've said, you told us in the past that you gave this man a red card. Are you now going to call him back on the field? You told us that if you were not in the second round, you would support the opposition. Is the CDC now the new opposition? You told us that this man was unfair to lead our country and our people were suffering, and you went the extra mile to have a retire suffering rally. Are you now saying the people are enjoying? So these are the times when your words remind you and your words curtail your action. So I just want to say thank you to Mr. Cummins, because I tell you, you were doing yourself a favor. Not entirely because you are not standing by your word to fully support the opposition, but if you're going to remain neutral, you're going to pull back, you're saving yourself, because these people who are pushing you and telling you, say, support the CDC, but support the CDC, they want to hide behind you. They were making it that it's about your ambition, but no, it is about what they stand to get from the CDC. Those followers of yours, those executive committee members. But I tell you this is why, again, I must go back to the LPP endorsement. When I talk about credibility that it brings, when I talk about the responsible leadership within the LPP, we heard that when the LPP gathered, when they converged to take that decision, people told Councillor Gonglo what they are telling Mr. Cummins today. I've heard from the Mr. Cummins camp that, listen, it is better for us to go the CDC route, because you know what? The president has just one more term. After that, in return, they could be helpful to us in winning. Also, within the 6 years, Ambassador Boyka may be tired and retire, and all these supporters here will be up for grabs. But do you know what? Not only that is not true, but when that same scenario was presented to Councillor Tiawan Gonglo, he chose contrary over his personal ambition. He said, let this meeting to decide endorsement not be about my political future, not be about my 2029 aspirations. Let it be about what is good for Liberia today. And I challenge Mr. Cummins to think through that same lens, to look through that same lens and say, listen, our country is at a crossroad. Is it about my projection in 2029, or is about the country that I said was tired suffering? Should I again empower the man I gave rare cattle and tell him continue playing?
Thank you.
So at the end of the day, his neutrality speaks lack of leadership, but it's even better than him censuring and endorsing that ill-fated endorsement. So we're going to see them going for what they want, but their leader stepping away from it says a lot. It says lack of conviction. And most of the people who support the ANC, especially the diaspora people, those are Cummins people. So Cummins not signing that endorsement is also a good thing for us.
Thank you so much. I'm going to go to Brother Remy Gray because he was an ardent Cummins supporter. Mr. Cummins, you understood Mr. Cummins' vision more than anybody on this platform and what he said in the country. Mr. Cummins said a lot of things. He recognized that President Weah was bad for this society. He had a retired suffering rally. Like Comrade Kowu said, Mr. Cummins made a commitment in words and deed that he would support the opposition, whoever wins. Now, how do you respond that Mr. Cummins now is not taking a position? He's removing himself from that position and ceding that decision to his subordinates.
You know, Mr. Dualu, there are several factors at play here. At the top of it, one was the ill-fitted relationship that existed and the acrimony that existed between the Unity Party on the one hand and Cummins on the other hand. Those are the factors people can look at and look at the status of the country and forego whatever they stand for. When a woman tells you, I'm in this relationship because of the children, no matter what you do to
Please
her,
mute.
no matter what you do to her, she's going to stay. She's willing to stay because there's a greater sacrifice at play. But I also think there's a deep state to Mr. Cummins' decision. And there are several hands playing at the back there. And their own personal relationship probably would be the reason why Mr. Cummins may not endorse the Unity Party But in his own infinite heart, he knows that um, it will ruin his credibility if he goes ahead and and endorses CDC. And I don't foresee him doing that. What he's going to do is going to walk away because he don't want to hurt those deep state. But at the same time, I still see a reason for him to look at the bigger picture, which is the crumbling of the state under the current regime. And it's a no-go area. You can't compromise that with anything. Yes, there were some bitter pills. There were some, very spiteful moments, that occurred in the course of many years of campaign. But remember, if all of this is at play without the state, then you have nowhere to exercise that vengeance. So the state first must take precedent over some of our personal,
Thank
endearments.
you.
I would say he should definitely make the clarion call, and Cole said it right. Even if you don't want to, show some flexibility. Maybe talk to your supporters. There are lots of folks. I still believe that Mr. Cummins is the third factor in our politics. He has a base.
Thank you.
People may say where, not tribal base, but he appeals to a good number of Liberians with good consciences as well. And
Thank
so
you.
he should speak to them, look at them and say, look, the country first. We all know who George Weah is, what he has done to us, but without our country, the pride and dignity of our state, we can't, I can't look at my own dignity. It's indignant to even think of it
Thank you
that
so
way.
much. Thank you. I'm going to go to my sister Fatima here. Fatima, when a man puts himself and a woman puts herself in a position of leadership, he cannot allow his decisions to be swayed based on personal feelings, especially if his intention or her intentions are to govern 5, 6 million people. Now, how do you respond to Mr. Cummins' decision when he is a leader of a country and he allowing, it appears, I'm not now, this may not be factual, but based on what we see, he's allowing this personal vendetta or this personal bickering to influence the decision that he's making for the country. What does that say about him, Fatima?
Well, it says a lot. I mean, I'm going to take the raw approach. Right now, our country is at a crossroad. Our country is actually facing good and evil. And if I was on the other side, I once supported Cummings. I don't know if you know that. I once supported even this year until I got to Monrovia and I realized he did not have the numbers. And I made that perfectly clear. My job was to ensure that Liberia was delivered out of the hands of George Weah. George Weah is bad for Liberia. If you ran in this first election and you did not have the numbers or whatever happened and you did not make it to the second round, every well-meaning Liberian would join forces with Joseph Numa Boakai to rescue this nation. We've spoken, we've come on the air, we've begged his supporters. When I was coming back to the States, a lot of them were in Casablanca with me and we were at the airport. And they actually said to me, some of them said they want to go back to Liberia on the election day and write CPP on both ends. They said they were, as a result of them being angry, it was going to be their angry vote. What does that do to Liberia? It leaves Liberia into the hands of George Weah, who we all, Cummings and ourselves, believe that is bad for Liberia. So on this, I feel that him and his supporters are very selfish. I'm just going to say how I feel. This is my opinion, my personal opinion. I feel that they are selfish. I feel that anyone at this point who stands on the sidelines and say, oh, I will just sit back and watch, then what did you fight for? What have you been speaking for? Do you believe in this government or you don't? You either believe in the government or you do not. I mean, Cummings is an intellectual. I believe that he has, if he says he has the mind for Liberia, He has the mind for First of all, when I saw his statement that he made and gave the bogus things that he wants each side to tell him to say they're going to do, I said to him, even if CDC makes any promise at this point, they're not going to keep any promises after the win. They have absolutely nothing to lose. Why are you putting conjecture and saying, oh, if you do A, I will do B? They're all selfish bunch of people. They were in it all for themselves. They were never in it for Liberia. If you're in it for Liberia, you will go to where you want people to come together for the good of the country, rescue the country out of the hands of Judge Weah, who does not know what to do with it. Every well-meaning Liberian will do that. But I am telling you, Brother Dwadu, that I don't see. I'm not even speaking. I'm not asking any of them now. I'm just focused on the people who are living in Liberia, who are going to vote on the day of election. We're going to encourage our people, and we're going to educate them on what is at stake. Their future, their children's future, the country, the very soul of our nation is at stake. So that's what I'm thinking about. We're just going to focus on the Liberians in Liberia because the professionals that call Cummins have, the people who believed in him and believed that he was the only one, the only savior for Liberia. They did not believe that there was any other Jesus but him, are not willing to bend, are not willing to support anybody. Some of them even said they would give Judge Weah his own 6 years to lick it. So why were they actually in it? So
Thank you.
That's how I'm coming.
I'm going to go to Mehmet on this issue. Mehmet, I believe personally, a leader who puts himself forward to lead a people cannot shy away from crucial decisions. He doesn't have that choice. I can leave that choice to the layman. And the people that follow Honorable Cummins, they're looking for leadership. Even though most of them will make their decision against President Weah because they made that decision against him initially. What do you say to Mr. Cummins and his reluctance to make a decision? Either President Weah, it doesn't matter for me, but that decision must be made. Or does he have the option to step aside? Mehmet, I give it to you.
Mr. Cummins, I got some dates here that I will highlight later. But let me just begin with them. January 4, 2022, ALP took Mr. Cummins to court. In May, the same year, 2022, Joseph Boakai was subpoenaed to go and testify. Meaning, the court said you must come. You have to come. Even if you don't want to come, you will come and testify. So the pressure Boakai testified. In June of 2022, CPP and Mr. Cummins took Boakai to court too and say they should not allow him to run on Unity Party ticket. Won that case. What am I saying this? April 2023, Joseph Boakai selected Jeremiah Kuhn. Late April, Kumi announced that if he's not in the second round, he will support Boakai.
Yeah.
All these things happened before he announced to the country that if he's not in the second round, he will support Boakai. Kumi said that because he knew that a George Weah's second term was a disaster for the country. He said that because he had invested a lot of resources, fairly investing a lot of resources into helping sharing light on corruption in Liberia, on ritualistic killing in Liberia, and all the resources he spent, it led to sanction. Some of them contributed to sanction. It contributed to the international community, the US government, seeing the things in Liberia, and even denying us MCC grant. So when he made a decision that he would support Boakai in the second round, it was because he realized that George Weah would just be a disaster for the country. He still believes that. The reason why the thing that changed between April 2023 and today is this new narrative that if George Weah wins the election, it makes it easier for Cummins to become president. That only thing that changed. And he said in a BBC, in a VOA interview, They asked him, you said you will support Bouaka. In April 2023, he said you support Bouaka. Are you still committed to that? He said between that time to now, a lot of things has changed. Cummins will never tell the Liberian people what has changed. The only thing that changed was when his team told him that it's better for George Weah to win. Because when Weah wins, it will be easier for you to be president in 2029. So every decision he's taking now is about himself becoming president. He cares less about the suffering. He rather people in the street to protest that they were tired of suffering. He no longer suffering. The ritualistic killing that he shed light on, he cares less about it. The massive corruption that led to the U.S. government putting sanctions on people, he cares less about it. All he wants is we should leave the stage so he can become president. That's being selfish. It's not good for a politician to behave that way. Take a decision. Even if you believe that we can do better, take a decision and defend it. That's what makes you man. That's what makes you a leader. But he cannot take a decision for Weah because he is aware, he is convinced that Weah's second term will be a disaster in the country. But he preferred a disaster to occur so our people can be suffering and then they look up to him for leadership. I wish him well, but he will meet us at the battlefield in 2029.
Thank you so much. I'll take you. Before I go to Fago, I'm going to go to Njimama first. Njimama, Mr. Cummins, in his role as the leader of the CPP, does he have an option in this case to walk away or make a decision? The Liberian people know where he stands. The mute here. Yeah. One second.
Can you hear me now?
Yes, you're good.
Can you hear?
You're good.
Can you hear me now?
Yes.
Okay. Mr. Cummins has the opportunity to make a very vital decision now or forever hold his peace when it comes to wanting to be president in Liberia. We are at a critical role or at a critical junction where whatever decision you make right now will have an impact on you, your followers, and the Liberian people. And Mr. Cummins knows very well that he spoke on a variety of issues that affected him, Liberian people, and the justice system in this country. And I thought it was going to be a very easy ride for Mr. Cummins to come and support Joseph Human Piker because of the following reasons that he spoke on. And I will just name a few. Mr. Cummins spoke on the country in 6 years not getting investors not coming into the country. So things are very difficult. No jobs, no money flowing in the economy. He spoke on one of the issues. Then he also spoke on good governance. So my point is, why should Mr. Cummins have any problem endorsing somebody who is level-headed like him for the good reasons? He spoke on bad governance. If he knows very well that he said over the period of time that this government is full of corruption, people are going with impunity, they go into the government coffers, they take money, they build big houses, they do what they want to do, they buy cars, and just do anything they want to do with the Liberian people taxes. And Brother Cummins said that it was wrong. And those problems still exist as we speak. Then he also spoke about the justice system. He went to court. They took him to court. He was there for almost 8 or 9 months. No here, no there. In any party said, okay, we have nothing on you, go. That, for me, that was injustices. He should not have been there in the first place. But he faced the justice system and he did not get justice. Then he spoke about the removal of a sitting Chief Justice, Kabina Janet. who hailed from Nima also. He spoke about it. He said he needed justice also. Kabina could not get justice in Liberia. He went to the ECOWAS court. He got justice. He came back. They asked the government of Liberia to give him all his benefits, pay all the money that they owe him. They refused to do it. Brother Cummins were right there. He saw it. He tasted some of it. Then he went back to let's go to Yeke Koluba. Yeke Koluba tested the justice system. Mr. Cummins spoke about it. Where Yeke went to the Supreme Court, to the lower court, and went to the Supreme Court and did not get justice from the House of Representatives, but he got justice from the Supreme Court. The Supreme Court said, look, that man has won his case, giving everything that belongs to him, his money, his back pay, his gas slip, everything. Up to today, he has not gotten it. Brother Cummins spoke about that. Then Samuka won his seat right in Monrovia here. We saw it. He won it in Lofa, but he came to take his seat. He was denied totally under the justice system in this country, that he cannot take his seat because he was owing money. And honestly speaking, Samuka does not owe the government of Liberia any money, because it was President Seri at the time that gave Samuka instruction to use that money for the troops in Mali. And one of the government officials whom I know, I don't want to name right now, went in the courts and represented the government of Liberia and said, hey, I came to speak on behalf of the Liberian government that we have taken the responsibility. We told Madam Seli that we have taken the responsibility to pay this money. And they went in the court of Liberia and they paid certain amount, I think 250,000 or even more than that. I'm not quite sure. We can check the numbers. But the fact is, they went and paid the money. That means what? They acknowledged that debt. They paid the money. But yet and then, they denied Samuka of taking his seat under the pretense that he owed money when the President of the Republic of Liberia at the time gave him instruction. And my point is, if you are President of the Republic of Liberia, when you give an instruction, the owner person have to go by those instructions. So Brother Cummins was right there. He witnessed all these things, just to name a few. And I think with all the revelations, Brother Cummins or Mr. Cummins should not have any problem with endorsing the leading political party right now in Liberia, which is Unity Party, whom I have so much trust in and know that they will do the right thing when they win, and they shall win, and we shall win. The Liberian people shall win.
Thank you so much. Thank you. We're going to go to Fagon to take us on this topic. Fagon, you heard all the angles. Mr. Cummins and his reluctance to take a position. I don't know why the hesitation. Everything he said during this campaign is in contradiction to what is happening, what he's doing now. Does he not feel President Weah will change overnight, or what's driving his decision not to support either President Weah or the Unity Party? You're muted.
Well, let me make this announcement first. As the conductor of the train, hear me and hear me well, there are thousands of people watching. If you are not on this train by November 8th, I'm leaving you behind. I'm saying it again, let them hear me and hear me well. The thing people doing, the playing, hanging, panging, can't endorse, no, are in the background. When the people finish doing all the work to move this train to its final destination, and you think on November 13th you can go visit the Papa in the night, you will not get on board this train. You don't know if I'm going. Even you get there, sir, I will just wait. As soon as Papa go in your room, I will start on your case. I will make you miserable. Because here are the facts. We are down to 2 candidates. You are either for or you are against. There is no such thing in politics as neutrality. And let me be clear about this. When I said there is no such thing in politics as neutrality, all of y'all sitting on their platform, the people who can say they're independent, they're the one can comment the most and post the most on Facebook. The people who can say can be thinking what I'm going to post today, who it can cost me. But the people who say they're neutral, they post the most. And the people who can say they are independent, I don't care whether they criticize CDC or they criticize, they're the one can criticize the most. Why would you criticize something and yet say you're neutral. There's no such thing as neutral. Now, and the Congo, let me say this to you. You said Cummins helped himself? No. You know, there were so many people. I'm glad you all speaking out tonight. I remember when I said to Cummins in the early days of the campaign that there's only one pathway for you to the presidency. And if you don't take it, it's over. Everybody, what? Eugene, why you said that? Cummins will come for you. The American people, I don't care if I have to tell you the truth, I'll tell you the truth. Mame said Cummins left her with the other people. Mame, to tell you the truth, Cummins ran away. Cummins didn't leave her with them. When you can, if you cannot lead your own party, Mame, what country you will lead? If you got people here, yo, and you can't make them understand as a leader, you cannot educate your own people. You can't talk to your own people, Mame, that our country. Where soon in the morning you wake up, Costa more running, get a do. The other person more running on their side. In the evening, Julius Jack get it. In the afternoon, Fagon take it. Then how you manage that, you'll be confused. Then, on top of it, you always running away like a third grade student. Why you getting on plane running going? Stay and watch the endorsement. Be man. But here is what I have to say to Cummins. When I said the first one, everybody said, Fagon, they want to talk, they're not small thing. Let me say this one to Cummins. And Cummins, this will be my second time saying something to you that is futuristic because the first one has come to pass. Cummins, listen and listen very well. In 2017, at a critical juncture in our national history, you were not man enough to take a decision. In 2023, you're not man enough to take a decision. Cummins, Liberian people, when they know that small thing can run away, small thing you scary, small thing you ever to put your mother, forget it. When they put that stigma on you, you are done. So I want to say to Alexander Cummins today, like I predicted the first time, between now and November 8th, if you personally do not do what you said in the video, on the audio, Mr. Cummins, you are done. Because Liberian people will say you are a liar. You can lie. You only letting in for yourself. You scary. You quit to run away. You can't even control Mariah and what he need, Pelete, that our country. And here is why what you don't understand, Mr. Cummins. Mariah says she will waste tea on Joe Walker on the platform. If the whole Joe Walker had gone and testify against, we told her to retract that statement. So you know Mariah. Mariah fighting for herself because of what she said. Mr. Cummins, better all the country $6 million that he ate from the road fund, lied about it, went before the Senate, and was caught with his pants down. You are not belated. So they are fighting for themselves. You need to fight for yourself. You got from now to November 8th to endorse a candidate in this race or kiss Liberian politics goodbye. If you say I lie, check the first prediction I gave you or the first message. Because I love you, but I know Liberian people. Don't I beg you 10 more seconds. I love you. You're a smart guy. Everybody like you. But my brother, the Liberian took a decision before you step up. Then they won't give you a second chance and you step down. Trust me, when you come back, even when you talk, when Joe Biden become president, and you say you even won't criticize, if Liberian point tell you shut up, you scared, smarty, you run away. Anyway, you see me, don't call me if I go again. I respectfully submit.
Thank you so much. So this will be the last question for the night before we go to the to the cause. I just want to make this known. There was an election worker out in Plebo, Silicon District in Maryland County. She's admitted to stuffing ballot boxes. We will discuss that tomorrow. The news just broke. It's already been published. But I will start with my sister Fatima on this other question. Fatima, I want you to tell the Liberian people, I want you to contrast a president we are continuity and what a vice president Jose Yuma Baga presidency is going to look like. For Manfata, all the way beyond Vala, the two president we will do it will lean there, and the two honorable Baga will do it will elect. Well, what Labro will lole. That is coming to you there, Fatima.
Okay. So, Toma Fata, Toma Janwa, Toma Tiange, Toma Kebe, to all of you. Let me explain to you what 6 more years of George Weah will do to Liberia. He will continue to make all our children to be on drugs so they can't think for themselves. So they can be zombieized, walking on the street, no future. No company will come in the country because as soon as any company won't come in the country, the first thing they do, the kind of money said they will charge the people. They will steal from the people before the people even enter to bring the business. So no company coming. They will steal everything from the country because they don't have anything else to lose. They will continue to smear our people to suffer. Our young girls will have no future. The young small girls will be supporting their family by sleeping with old men that they don't even want to do. Our old man will not have any way their market will go down. They will not have any way to make their market, Oma. Your market, you see the video I was there, the Oma say, Emma, I used to buy the carton of chicken Ellington. By the time I bring it to the market, it finished. I go buy another one, it finished. He said today, one carton, I can be on it for 2-3 days because nobody able to buy it. The high will be, our prominent Liberians will continue to suffer and strive. They won't be able to provide for themselves. So my people are big here. A lot is at stake. Our roads. I say the last time the Ghana president, I was reading some article, he said he went to Liberia for some graduation program. He said just the roads. And he went and looked back and saw that it was a young man, a football player that traveled the world. He said when he saw the way our country was dirty and the way the roads were bad, he decided until the roads are fixed, he's not coming back to Liberia. So our mother, our sisters, our young brothers, you want a better future. You want a better life. Don't forget about it, George. We are business. He not good for the country. He in it for himself. His greatest fear is that $80 million he made for himself. Nothing to show for it. He has never succeeded in anything but football. If you want to feel sorry for him, you're getting the Liberia Football Association. Even the football right now in our country is worse because he want nobody to outshine him. Every parent want their child to be better than them, but Joe, we want the Liberian children to be better than him. And when the children be better than him, he know the people will glorify him. They will say, oh, that man used to play football. Now the people in Liberia, they're imitating him. He don't even want that. But today, I'm here to tell you about a man called Joseph Numa Boaka, a senior citizen with wisdom and knowledge and empathy and sympathy and compassion for his country, who just asking you for 6 years to take our country from Bukarization, from Kush nation, from the dirtiness of our nation, to put it into a steady hand, where our people will have companies, where he will open the roads. He has an acronym. What they call acronym. He puts some word them together, some letter them together to explain to you our own man. He get number letter A. You know the first letter in the Bible. A. That one, the agriculture. He want our people then to go back to the soil. He will create grants. He will create money for our own money, our papa them to go back and make their own garden, their own farms to feed our people. He will buy machine and give it to our people to help them with the farmers. He also talk about roads. Why he will open the road? Anybody who got beyond better, this time right now you go more road from the airport, the better will move because they call the man bar road medicine, but he actually bar for the road. The roads are bad in the country. The man say he will face the road, he will open the country so people can have opportunities wherever they live. They don't have to come and congest Moravia like that, so it can continue to be dirty. He said he will open the road so all man can go back to Cape Man, to Bomi, anywhere they want. He want Liberia opportunity to be spread all over the country. So he will open the road. The second one, that education. He want all the best of the best of the best. Our children to go back to school to learn their book. If you're interested in making farm, you're interested in engineering, you want be able to be carpenter, he will make you to go to foreign country. They will make you to be professional in your own field. Come back and have an impact on your country. He talk about sanitation. And you see how all our people, every time you go Liberia, man, can have fresh go. Allow poo water, we can be smelling whole day. He said he will ensure that every Saturday morning, before you get out to go anywhere, everybody will clean around their surrounding. We'll clean our country. We'll make sure we have places where they will have recycle.
30 seconds.
Our country will work for itself. And then he talked about tea for tourism. And you know, all those beautiful landmark areas that we have in our country. He will make sure that the young people show those places to the world so people from all over the world can come in our country and add to our economy. Right now, that all our people that in America, the whole world is bad. Everybody's suffering around the world. But Liberia own bad more than everyone, yeah. But the president, Joe Barker, is telling us that he will open our country. The people that are suffering in America, they don't got to suffer well. He will create opportunity for in our own country. He will open the banks where all money will go borrow money to make a market and help themselves and their family. He will make papa to go to work, come back with small plastic bag with cookie and candy and give it to the children. He will create a family unit where we will respect our pa and our money. Small children, small girl that will be playing with dog baby. They will not go play with the man or pa. Some of people are big, yo. You understand it here. Our whole future, our country, her whole soul, her whole body, her whole mind, her whole everything is on this ballot. Let's unite and vote Joseph Numa Boaka and let Jawia go and play his football. I beg you. Thank you. I submit.
Thank you so much. Colonel Gray, the same question. I want you to contrast what will happen if President Weah continues as president and what the country will possibly look like if Numa Boaka becomes president.
You know, Dwalo and fellow panelists, the last time Liberia faced segregation of citizens was prior to the 1980. Even before then, our native fathers were brought into the government. They were not excluded because they were not part of the TWP, Two-Week Party. The Tuareg, they even Chair Chipo. You can name a host of Liberians who benefited from that Two-Week Party governance. This, in the first of our history as a nation, have Liberians been excluded en masse. You have to be a member of the CDC or else you're not part of that party mandate. Matter of fact, you're a second-class Liberian. You're nobody if you don't wear some beret with some frog-like image on it. You will not get a job. You can't do business with this government. This is the first time. Like, look, I can't even compare this time and during the TWP because they're two different times. I can tell you that Liberians, regardless of their tribal connection, at least had a place in that TWP government than today. All the folks who are fooling themselves now thinking that CDC will bring them on board, you're joking. These people, matter of fact, they're going to be going for their members who did not benefit the first time. That will be their number one interest. So fool yourself. Fool yourself. Say you're going to go support George Weah. He's winning. All the folks who are supposed to benefit the first round, who wear that funny beret on their head, will be the ones that will be the priority. you'll be kicked to the curb. The man doesn't need you anymore. If he needs you now, when he ran the first round, and he treated you that way, imagine that kind of guy. This guy is a selfish man. Go back and look at the makeup of the Unity Party or the movement around Ambassador Buck. I hate to be the one making the case, but I see people from diverse background. I see the likes of Kofi Woods. These are not Unity Party people. I see the like of even the Anthony Kesselly, the podium. It's not Unity Party people. That gang around Ambassador Buckeye, diverse. I can easily walk into Liberia then for that group of people to recognize my professionalism. Then this group of people you have today who don't even know their left from right. I hate to put it that way, but that's how I see them. The thing about it is, this is a machination. This is an affront against people who are struggling to go to school. That's why so many Liberian, University of Liberia and other college graduates are just languishing because they don't bear the identity of wearing that funny barrel with the frog-like looking image in front. You're not part of that group. You're not part of the mandate. They win again, that's also them. That party mandate, they have to. This is a cultic movement.
Yep.
So go back and go support them. You understand? Don't like some of us have said, the fact that you even be thinking of giving George Weah a second term shows that you don't like yourself. The last time that happened, maybe that people were going to go take their own lives. It's tantamount to suicide. To go back to even think that George Weah should have a second term. I would say leave the group that is led by a diverse set of Liberians who will come. You see your brother, you see somebody that look like you, somebody that speaks like you, at least in the other group. But Jawia, I'm not going to wear beret. I was surprised to see some of the individuals dressed in that uniform. Fangone all have dressed in that uniform before in beret. You understand? That's how brutal it is. You have to wear it for them. Even that, when you wear it, they'll say you are not seditious enough. Come on, man. Who thinks that way? For a democratic country like ours, where we diverse, the largest employer is government. I'm not saying that because I want job. I'm saying this because the child who have gone to the University of Liberia for the last 10 years, who depends on the private sector or the public sector to absorb him because of his qualification, is a second-class citizen.
Thank
The
you.
man who they consider can I even speak or write good English. That's the guy who leads your public sector. How on earth would you see our country advancing to the next level? We'll continue to lag behind when you elect George Weah. Matter of fact, it's going to go far behind. It's going to go in the hole.
Right.
Not even behind, but in the hole. I'll let it go.
I'm going to go to my sister Cole on this show today, but I want to say this. Cole, just a little slant on your portion. If President Weah is re-elected, will the stealing continue or will it decrease on Honorable Boycott? But you're still speaking to the same question. What will President Weah continuity look like, and what will Honorable Boycott presidency look like? Is it going to be the same, better, different, contrasted to?
Thank you, Big Brother Twalu and our moderator here today. But it would be remiss of me to not give your information and give this information to our audience because I think you saw I went off twice. While on the line, I have a very sensitive information from an executive committee member of the CPP who are calling me to break some interesting news. And this is what I have to tell you. Mr. Cummins did not walk away from the decision. That decision was engineered by him and he decided to step aside. Number two, you will see tomorrow that Musa Hassan Bedete will also step aside from that decision so as to not make it look like a splintered CPP where the standard bearer and the party chairman do not agree. And also to protect himself as he goes to war, his own potential speakership bid. So what is done is cleverly engineered because people, like Mame have said, people have told this man that it is good for your presidential ambition come 2029 to remain quiet. And he has a history of remaining quiet. Some of the reason he's not resonating with us today or the people of Liberia today is look at this very successful, intelligent. I mean, you give him all the best quality out there, Liberian figure. No one heard him doing the war, this condemn the war, talk about the people, the suffering about the people of Liberia. One of the reasons some of the people voted we are, they said, during the war when we had no hope, we used to see the boy, he come on a refugee camp. Nobody saw this man do it. He put Liberia on a pause, kept Liberia on a mute until he retired and then press play and said, this is now a time to go there and see what I can do post-retirement. Then you come, some of you sit and say, I was standard bearer. Oh, he's old. If you retire in America, then politics in Liberia, you get in your prime. So I want us to know clearly that Mr. Cummins is hiding. He is part and parcel of this decision along with his chairman. Tomorrow you will see both of them step away from the decision. But I want history to remember them that in this critical time, at this crucial junction, when the life and soul of our nation is being fought for, they kept quiet, they walk away, they engineer or silence. They say it's not so much the bad people, but it's the silence of the so-called good people. And this is the silence of the so-called good leader that we're going to see tomorrow. Then to move forward, obviously, I tell you something. There's something that people say it doesn't get better. At the rate the country is going, under a CDC-led government, it's not going to get better. Matter of fact, if there's going to be any inclusion, like on a Grace rightly said, it will be those who have been crying and say, we've been here all these years under the tree and we have not been absorbed. Other than that, the man is going to say, I had a wonderful team. That's why I got re-elected. He see the guys who are running around bribing these people, Twitter and all these guys. You think you're going to get rid of them? He's not. No president of the Republic of Liberia have kept the same fiscal management team for 6 years. Finance minister, deputy, assistant, all of them remain intact. It's not somebody that wants to change. I think he will even owe them gratitude that he fought to be re-elected, and it's through the instrumentality that he got re-elected. And those guys, what they're going to do, CDS is going to increase, Dwalu. They are going to entrench themselves for a post-Weah presidency if he were to win. They are going to say we must get ready for 2029. They're going to say the Supreme Party must maintain power. So the likes of Cummins who thinking that he's going to hand power over to them, I'm even wondering what's the color of their imagination. This man, the CDC is now, you have heard them talk about 24 years. Haven't you yet heard talk about it? They are going, if Weah does not extend his term, they are going to create a leader who is going to take over. So things are going to go down the road. But on the other end, if Ambassador Joseph Yima Boyka is elected, or when he is elected, as we are smelling the victory, as ACOP has given us the push, as well many Liberians in the LPP, everyone is saying, listen, we want this thing, we know, but we are a responsible campaign. We know where we have lapses. We know that we have to work more in the Southeast when it comes to monitoring. So we're not blaming people. We are going to do those things and we're going to win. When that happens, I tell you, this is going to be a government that people will be accountable. One thing I heard from Ambassador Joseph Yima Boyka that really resonated with me, I'm beginning to think that's the famous quote from him. He said, I was successful in public service because I learned to separate what is mine from what is for the state or the people of Liberia. That man will want you to do the same. He's going to be an exemplifying leader. He's going to hold people accountable. And when you see the likes of Councillor Gonglo, you see people, community leaders, and some people, you see the likes of, Lucini Camara, all these people on board, they bring credibility. There's going to be accountability. The things we cry for are the things that we are going to push for. So I don't think he would do lip service. I believe Honor Ambassador Joseph Yima Boyka and Honorable Jeremiah Pankun, things are going to be better. They are going to together build Liberia. It's not going to be an easy thing because we are at a dead state right now, but they're going to put their all, and the people who support this campaign going to put their all. Under them, Liberia best days will be in sight.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Cole. And Colonel Gray says something, and this is thing that scare away Liberia best and brightest minds. There's nothing wrong with accepting government job if you can produce. Some of us stay away because this thing that comes with it. But remember, the same question goes to you. If we continue with President Weah, what does Liberia look like? And what opportunity are we going to be missing if we chose Honorable Boykai?
I told you the other time my auntie asked me similar question. And the way I responded to her is the same way I'll respond to you. My comment is not directed at those people who are looking for jobs. Whether they will get job or we are, or they don't have job or we are. That's their story to carry to their family and cry with. But the ordinary people on the streets, how will George Weah staying in power for additional 6 years affect you? The DV is open. You go in now to play DV. Everybody in Liberia, you playing DV, hoping to come to America. But this is what America say about your country under George Weah. They are telling you and you experiencing for yourself. You apply for student visa. You go to the embassy, they deny you for no reason. You apply for visiting visa. You go to the embassy, they deny you for no reason. You play DV, you win. You go to put you on administrative processing for years. You can't get your visa. It is not happening in vacuum. It is happening because the U.S. government has a policy that says when they suspect that when you come to their country, you be engaged into violence, you be engaged into crime, they will deny you. When they just suspect, they will deny you. They are suspecting Liberia to be a center for crime. Because the drugs entering in our country, our president cannot speak. His DEA boss, a course on tape, discussing the transportation and trade of drugs. He has taken no action. So they are suspecting that he is involved into the drugs issue. And if he gets re-elected, he will only entrench it, he will only get into a more. And the more he gets into it, the more the people suspect, the more they deny you the opportunity to come to America, even if you qualify. Think about it. That's how it affects you. Don't let nobody fool you. Forget about DV. You right in your own country. How do you get job to do? The government will not employ everybody. It's not possible. But we have believed that the government can employ all the people. He tried the first time, he saw what happened. They flooded the payroll. They could not pay people. People started taking $50, $30. Can't pay them on time. And those same people started revolting and protesting against him. Second term, with everything that's happening in your country, do not expect somebody to come and invest their money in Liberia that will create jobs for you. When Ellen Johnson Sirleaf and Joseph Boakai went their second term when they won 2005, and they knew that they did not win with popular mandate, when they knew they wanted votes, they brought Asela Mita to create jobs in Nimba. They brought Putu Man to create jobs in Grand Cru. They brought Golden Verilium to create jobs in Sino. They brought MOPP to create jobs in Maryland. That's what leaders do when they take power. What has job we have brought to you to create jobs for you? Nothing. If you elect him again, forget about the people who are looking for government jobs. Like there may be 200-300 people in government ministerial jobs. Think about yourself. What will he do at the 11th hour? He will not create jobs for you. What they will be doing is They'll be fighting to see how they can steal more money, protect what they have. But I'll leave you with this example. In your home, as mothers and fathers, when your first child starts misbehaving, you not penalize them, you not punish them. You go out in the net, you can't late, you can't do nothing when your husband asks you, say, but and the other woman on the other side there who or song and come home late. When he steal over the food in the house, when the mother lay complain to you, the father say, but and the other woman in the other house son too can steal. You know what you're doing? You're creating a condition for the other small children who see their big brother stealing to also steal. And then when they steal, you will blame it and say the other people in the other house too stealing. The other children in the other people in the other house not going to school or coming home late. That is the situation you are faced with. Let nobody tell you, say, and somebody stole too, so why job we can steal? Let's give you a second chance. That would be a bad message you'll be sending. When you penalize George Weah with your food, you deny him the opportunity to be president again. The next president that coming, even if, I'm just saying if, they had intention to do bad, they will say no. If I try it, they will treat me like George Weah.
10 seconds.
Let me do good so I can get my second chance. But if you elect George Weah after doing all these things, the next leader that might come, but the people you just need to, as soon as you become president, you pay all your horses, you settle all your people, second round, you divide rest on it, they will vote for you. Because that's what George Weah is doing. Do not send that message to politicians. Send message to politicians that it will give you power and you not perform, will move you. Let that message go across so politicians can be afraid of you. Let's use George Weah as that example to put fear in our leaders so that when they take power, they can deliver for us.
As always, man, I mean, great points. The guys in the background, I got two more people, so you start making preparation to come and take some calls. I'm going to go to our auntie here, Jemima. What does a President Weah re-election look like for the country? And what does a boycott election look like for the country? Sister Jemima.
George Weah re-election for this country. With me, very bad for the Liberian people. Because for 6 years we have been here, and the suffering of the Liberian people is uncountable, unmeasurable. People don't even have a cup of rice to eat to go to bed at night. So if you want to keep George Weah, for 6 years, no investors. No investors. How do we create jobs when investors are afraid to come because of the unwanted killings? We all know investigation results. People are longing for answers. Those are some of the reasons. Also, when you keep George Weah as president, our children are going to be more and more on the streets. When you have $100 million worth of jobs coming in, after 2 weeks, then we have another 40 million that came in after the 100 million. Our young children are taking these things, and then you have our mothers who are expected to do better, marching on the streets and saying we want kush, and demonstrating it. It breaks my heart. If you keep George Weah as a president, your country will be continue to be dirty. The sanitation in this country is so bad that most people just getting sick. Like the other day, I caught the cold. I can't imagine where I caught the cold from because, honestly, my surrounding is clean. Around my office is clean. Gotta make sure that I pay people to clean it. But the fact that you breathe in the air in Monrovia, the air in Monrovia, you got bacteria in the air, the dirty poo water running. You go downtown, you got to be faced with that. Just that little hour you downtown, you can get sick from that, from breathing the dirty air. Another thing is that if we keep George Weah as a president, okay, yes, they say they build 1 or 2 hospitals, but no medical doctors, no drugs. You go to the various clinics, no drugs. People going to the hospital, no drugs. And if you don't have the money to buy the medication for your child or your sister or your auntie, that person will die. You got to buy fuel off a generator for them to be able to do a surgery on your child. You got to fuel the generator. You got to do everything. So if you're keeping, that's what you're going to be. That's what you're going to go through. Now, just to name a few. So let me go to Joseph Waka. It's the reverse. When we elect Ambassador Joseph Waka and his VP, Jeremiah Kuhn, we're going to have investors coming in. Because if you look at all the investment that here, that they're clicking on and taking all the resources, all the money from those few investors that are here, they are taking those money and enriching themselves and running campaign, taking money in advance, taxes in advance, 2 year, 3 year, 4 year in advance, so that whoever comes there, they can have problem. But I'm sure that people are listening, you can understand. Because if they're taking taxes in advance, it's going to create a problem for the incoming government. And that's what it's doing. Then the rule of law. Of course, on a Baka, the rule of law will prevail. Because when you go to court, Joseph Baka is going to tell them, if you're going to appoint judges, you got to make sure that you give justice where it belongs. So the rule of law will be implemented to the fullest. Then you go to the 15 counties, just few counties that are benefiting. Few counties that are benefiting, okay, from the resources. Just few. And we need the resources of this country to be what? Spread across the 15 counties. No one county is entitled to more resources than the other because we need development in the country. So I want to say that under Joseph Newman Baka, we have what? We will see what? Creation of jobs. We will see justice being dispensed. We will see in the proper way. We will see what? Transparency. Because there's somebody I know. And I know how it works. Excuse me. We'll see integrity being displayed. Whether you like it or not, you have to do it. If you don't do it, you have to go and sit down at your house and do something else.
Thank you.
Then we read, get one more. We read the dignity of labor. We pass a law that certain amount of money should be paid. And certain amount of time should be awarded to that money. If you start work at 8 o'clock, you leave at 4 o'clock. But we see that all Liberian people have been misused in most of the companies or most of the areas where they work. That they go to work at 5, some of them go to work at 6, and leave from there 9 o'clock or 8 o'clock in the night. And when they go to the labor court, they get no better redress from there. Reconciliation, I will see that info. That will be the first thing Honorable Baka will do to reconcile the Liberian people, bring us together as one. Accountability and implementation, because most of the time, Liberians who don't like to give account for what we have given, the tax we have given, we don't like to give account on that. So accountability will play a very important role, transparency, and also implementation. When you implement, when you have a piece of job to do, you have to implement it to the end and make sure it's done properly. That's why I see on a Joseph Yumon Baka government.
Thank you so much. Fago, you're going to take us on this topic, the contrast between Honorable Baka and President Weah, and what that means for the Liberian people. For 2 minutes, sir.
Thank you very much. The contrast is simple. Joseph Jomo Baka has served his country as a distinguished statesman. 40 years of public service, and we're still looking for somebody to say he corrupt. 6 years of public service. A congressman in America referred to the government as kleptocratic. The U.S. government labeled it as the most corrupt. Look at this distinguished gentleman. Everywhere he put his hand, from the LPMC to the creation of LACRA, to the Ministry of Information, to our Agricultural Development Bank, and all the way up to Vice President, it flourished. Whether George Weah had Junior Professional Flakaji, whether George Weah came as Senator Flakaje. What are George Weah there as president? Flakaje. There's no comparison there. We look at the two individuals. Even the years apart tells you one brings experience, hands-on, and the other one still taking instructions from the likes of Twe. So let's look at some basic things. For example, one man was vice president, and he borrowed about 800 million as vice president under a president. Clearly, you can see the road from Morovia to Buchanan. You see the road from Morovia to Ganta, Saniquele, and all those areas. Another man, and he did that in 12 years. 12, 1, 2. The other man came and borrowed $1.6 billion in 6 years. Still cannot show a road. The other man had a small, sizable budget to work with, about 500 million and change. And he paid his employees while carrying out development $150 a month. The other man came and brought a budget of 800 million, but still cannot pay his people $50. Even today, it's Thanksgiving Day in Liberia. Almost every family went to bed hungry today. Government did not pay, and government have got no money to pay. Now, in 6 years, you had the opportunity to prove this man wrong and to say, forget it. I'm better than this man. But every time you get on the campaign trail, you ask questions. I think you'll see why I not do. You don't see why I not do? What have you done? Now, let's say what President Weah has done and what Joe Parker will not do, but what he will do when he's president. What has George Weah done? He has increased corruption in our country astronomically to its zenith, to the highest peak. Joseph Parker have not done that. And as a matter of fact, Joseph Parker will do a lot to take care of corruption. What do we mean by that? LACC came and said the agriculture minister, the latest guy, and all these people, they are corrupt. We are indicting them. You do nothing. That's not going to happen with Joseph Parker. There will be the rule of law. People are sanctioned by the U.S. government, and the ambassador comes and says, we have the evidence. Can somebody ask us? You say no. Then Parker is going to ask for it. I guarantee you. Parker is not going to sit down and let the U.S. ambassador say, I have evidence here. Here is the evidence. And he's still sitting there and not asking for it. Let's look at ritualistic killings. 51 years, married to the same woman, raised his children. All of them are decent. They've gotten in no trouble. But everybody calls him Uncle Joe, to the extent that you don't even know his own children when you come around. Because his own children call him Uncle Joe, everybody else call him Uncle Joe. You wonder, but who they mean no children? But under George Weah, ritualistic killings, the people's children are being killed every day. Nothing comes out of it. Let's look at extrajudicial killings. Under my Ellie, you can say 2 persons were found on the beaches. The late Harry Greaves, may his soul rest in peace, and Michael Allison, may his soul rest in peace. Under George Weah, can you say 2 or 3 or 4? You can't even count the number. They've killed so much so until they had to call him to the CIA headquarters. Since they carry President Weah at the CIA headquarters, now one more person have they killed brutally in the country. Did they take the CIA to say, we know that you're killing? Or we see what you're doing? Or just come visit our headquarters to stop that? No. Let's look at the infestation of drugs in the country. In the entire sub-region, $100 million worth of drugs and another $40 million worth of drugs. That is not the other issue. First of all, the companies bringing in the drugs. Amen. As I speak to you, there are so many companies operating who have operated with drugs. They are packing to leave. This is not a joke. Many of we have friends, they're already saying they got to leave because Joe Parker is coming. Have you seen him smoking cigarette? Have you seen him drinking liquor? Have you seen him to the nightclub? And I hate error, but we've seen the president drunk. We've seen the president in ways not appropriate. Fast forward. Let's look at governance. President Weah was a footballer, we agree. But what does President Weah know about governance? What does he know about politics? What does he know about democracy? Nothing. He said, oh, I pay football fee to Invisible Park. I pay the other one PHP. I pay. Probably when you were growing up and you were hungry, you went to play football.
The
first year of Panelist, that football you went to play when your food move in your stomach. You can't make no our bill. But even the football president we have played, even our own fee we can't face it. Now, let me leave President we are smart because right now, Liberians want to know when we take over, what are some of the things we will do? And that's why we've told them. Agriculture. President, we have told you agriculture, LACC entitled the whole agriculture ministry for stealing. We're going to move away from subsistence farming to mechanized farming, to increase production and yield so that we can grow our economy, agro-based economy, leave the extractive industry, as sometimes it will be depleted. So then increase your agricultural produce, feed your family. It's food security. Wait, you gotta give me one. Let's look at roads. Wagana construct road before. Your friend Dwalu say he barely rode to go to the airport. That's so hold there right now. Let's go to education. The trainer failing. He say he paying wise school fees, but the trainer passing. Because no chalk, no blabo, no buses, nothing. Let's go to sanitation. Now me talking. The weapon say your city dirty. Let's go to tourism. Show me one thing President we are not doing in the area of tourism. Let's go to health. The American Post said his government stole all that money for the health programs. You are a witness to it. What must we do? On November 14th, our people will get out. But between the 11th to the 12th, Dwalo, ACO, LPP, UP, DLP that you saw in the program, all the P there, when they cut us out in the country, I expect we have to be out of the country. He will leave.
Thank you so much.
He will leave. And I want to just say something personally. Personally, please allow me just 30 seconds, please. To my Muslim friends and my Muslim brothers, this is personal. This is not from the campaign. But today, what you did have demonstrated your commitment and loyalty to your country and its flag. This idea that when we were growing up, that Liberia was founded on a Christian principle does not mean that Muslims were not there or did not exist. To continue to run our country without a single holiday for our Muslim brothers and sisters. Under a Joe Boakai administration, I cannot speak for him or the legislature, but I will join you. We must, in 2024, have a one day set aside in the whole year that you Muslims can equally worship Allah or celebrate Allah. I will join you and I will lead the fight 50-50 to the end. We are all Liberians, regardless of our religious or sexual orientation or tribe. We are Liberians, and therefore Liberia belongs to all of us, and we must be equal in our own country. Your holiday is coming in 2024. Trust me, Allah will be praised.
Thank you so much. We're going to call the guys in the back. We're going to take about 10 calls. Brother, if you can come, I believe that's Aaron in the back today. Come on board so we can take about 10 calls from our people in Liberia, and then we'll do our closing. So I'll turn it over to you. Start taking some call, brother.
Okay, so the numbers to call 0777-771075. 0 555 we'll take your calls now on the numbers showing on the stream. Let's take this person here. Welcome.
Yeah, go.
Go ahead.
Super Junior calling from Manchester here.
Okay, go ahead. Let's hear you.
I just want to say thank you to our panelists for informing us on our electoral issues. And then we want to assure them that comes November 14, we are standing by to vote Joe Parker as our next president. My entire household will be voting Joe Parker. I also want to say thank to the panelists for our post, and we are very grateful to God for him today because of our prayers. And today, even though he's not free, but we know that with God above, everything will be okay with him.
Yeah, brother. Hello, welcome. Hello, you are live. Call on the WhatsApp line. Are you there? Hello? Wow. It's so difficult to take calls on the WhatsApp line due to interruption of the local calls. Hello, you are live. Go ahead. Wow. Let me take calls on this
from
side.
Minnesota. How are you guys today?
Fine, thank you. Go ahead.
Okay, I just want to appreciate all the panel. I just want to say something for just 2 minutes.
Okay, go ahead.
We've been hearing Henry Costa saying around here that he's been supporting Ambassador Joseph Juma Boakai. The former vice president was broke. I just want you guys to do the math and let somebody tell me how much you think is a vice president's salary. And this man worked 12 years. You want to tell me in 6 years he never had money to take care of himself? We were the same people when Ambassador Braga is coming to America. Costa will call us, will put money together and send it to him. Then he will buy a ticket, and then he said he was supporting this old man. Somebody need to get on the radio to debunk Costa. Costa is a liar. Costa is a thief. He want to bring Liberia down to where we don't want our country to go. So I say thank you to everybody, and I pray that coming Tuesday, our Latinos will encourage you to go there and vote. Vote number 1. Thank you.
Okay, let me take another
You made a
question
call
here.
to 30
Hello,
seconds,
welcome.
1 minute, man, brother.
Okay. Hello, go ahead.
Yes, Aaron, I'd like to. Hello?
You are live. Go ahead. You on the radio.
Yes, I beg that you give me more time. I just want to discuss things with some of our panelists in this whole left.
You're too low. You're not coming in better.
Hello?
You are low. Go ahead.
Hello?
Hello, just move on. You can't get it, man. You move on.
Sorry. Hello, welcome.
Yeah, good evening.
Good evening. You are live. Go ahead.
This is Eden Sharif, and I'm calling from Pinshill.
Go ahead, Eddie.
First of all, I want to tell all the panelists thank you for pushing the messages of the people. And our prayer today, we walk by faith, not by sight. So today, a lot of people from the other side were praying for the CEO to be in jail today, but as God could have it, he is out. And he is out, he will be back on the show, and they will see him there. So, what I want to tell my Liberian people, in this country, not for Joe Walker, we are voting for Liberia, not for United Party or Joe Walker. We're voting number 1. Today we took upon our time in District 4. No money, United Party, dollar or dime, anyone else. We were in the street, we printed our own ballot paper, was going around and telling the people how to vote, to tell you how serious it is. And we ended for money, we doing it for our country. So my people, your vote number 1, Joe Baga and Jeremiah Kuhn for better Liberia. Thank you very much.
Thank you, my brother. Let's take this person here. Welcome.
Yes, hello. Is this me?
You are live on the radio. Go ahead.
Oh, yes, yeah. I was just going to say that I'm so happy for Stanton. That's the first thing I have to say. A few months ago, I wrote an article in the Daily Observer, and the title of the article was Stanton, you have a friending ban, but if you what is it? I mean, if you have a friending ban, but if you do not want betrayal, find a friend in me. James Goodell, former reposted that. It's a very well-written article that people get read. But here's my point. My disappointment is with the two guys on phone that I would name highly sophisticated in Dwalu and the corner. My point here is that this man, what do you call it? Cummins promised that yes, he was staying with the coalition or with the opposition.
Yeah.
Okay, with the opposition, but they was a reciprocation from just about likewise. And they are two business people. I'm telling you, Dwala, I envy you because when you go for even a CIA or FBI test, the first thing you guys veterans, you get first 10 points, before anything else. So I envy you. You're in the business world. When you do give a thing to somebody, yes, they have to reciprocate. If there's no reciprocation, I mean, what else can come in soon?
Okay, thank you very much. Take more calls.
Yeah, take about 2 more calls.
Okay, let me take this person here. Hello, welcome.
Good evening to the panelists up there. I appreciate them so what they are doing for Liberian people. I'm Stephen Ebela calling from District 12, Chickens Patrick Golf.
Okay, go ahead.
Yes, sir. The topic I want to discuss on is one this particular evening for Liberian people to educate them to see how best we can wait for JMB. JMB is only the solutions for this station. Now, we're not only fighting for JMB, but we're fighting for Liberia, for our children's future to be brighter tomorrow. That they cannot nightmare on us to go away. Because the guy is spoiling the children, is spoiling the other people. So I think let's just stand strong that we can able to kick this guy out of the first issue. My brother, I want to say something here about that piece.
Go ahead.
Yes, sir. Anyway, your hello. I also Kisiani. Kisiafula Silalonda La Bella ni Guinea ni Yani Kisia. Swehe Nechoni. It's now back. So maybe Swehe, Maswehe, it's Swehe, it's Swami Pados, you know, Masaring. And if Masaring goes Swehe, no, I said that's one, Mama. And I'm sorry, you're Madumuna, Mindumunda Bunde. And I ask Kisiafula and Yendra Bunde, you know. Yadi, the Palos yourself forget to have them pursue one day. Yadi, money fast, and it's too soon. Masaring, they don't know me.
Thank you.
I say, me want to put it out there where I start eating, but they want to die. So now they love for ya. After love, Yandi, love and low. I like to understand. It's so in kitchen say, man, not black. Makisiana to Yandi, that's lady Yasala, to Halabella. So Yandi, like Yadi on the play. I'm a below. Better and don't go to any. Get a man, I will live and low. Let me hear you and ask the visa.
Thank you. Thank you, my brother.
Don't worry.
Okay, thank you. This final person here, then we.
Yeah.
Hello, we have one final person here. You said 2, right?
Yeah.
All right. So, hello, welcome.
Hello.
You are live. Go ahead.
Yeah, my name is Agnes, and I'm calling from Mohead, Minnesota.
Okay, go ahead.
Yes, I just want to tell you guys thank you for everything. I've been following you guys. I've been watching Spoon, and I'm so much deep into the political, situation in our country. And I also contributed a lot. So, but what my thing here is, I want you guys to really make sure these poor watchers should be sincere and loyal. I don't want you people to just play it the way it was for the first time, because we all knew that the first round was set. So please, I want you to send people in the east, in the southeast, because I'm from there. My father is from there, and I'm from Nima. Also, my mom from Nima. And the southeast, most of my people over there was complaining and telling me that.
Wow, we got
All
off the
right.
line, but
I think we got the
Great.
message. So we're gonna
Yes.
do 1 minute. I believe everybody's tired. We'll start with Angie Mama, and then you gotta go home. So you do your 1 minute closing, and then we go around the table. Angie Mama, it's up to you.
Yeah, I'd like to say thank you for the show, Dwalu, and to the rest of the panelists. We got to keep pushing. All Liberian people are willing to vote for the incoming government, but we have to keep focus. So let's say starting from Monday, I will be going to the Tupelo area where I ran, but I didn't win. So I will be going there to carry the message, to educate the people on how to vote. Because we can say everything in the studio here now, but we need to get out on the field. This is crucial time. So starting from Monday, I will be going. When I have the time, I will come back on the show and pack him. I have to go and get to the people, because the people in Dupero, you got the majority of Kisi, Loma, Lima, Limbanians, Pele, Basa, so they need to be re-educated by the number. So I started last night with bringing this. So bringing this photo, I don't know what you can see, a vote Joseph M. Boaga and Jeremiah Kun #1. Last night I had this up on the on the TV last night, and I want to say that this thing is set, but the pool washers, we have to volunteer to go in. I want to be one of the pool washers, and I want to be on Tupo Road. Most of the people, our little children, they have done well, but we need to be there. Regardless of whether the place is hot, is this, is that, I am going to be there. Yes, thank you for putting it up. When we come every day from now on, I would really appreciate Aaron if people can put it up so the people can continue to see this. You see, #1, vote #1, Joseph M. Parker and Jeremiah Kuhn. On the top, voters' education is very important, because we can do all the analysis here. If we don't teach people how to vote, it's going to be a problem. And we ourselves have to go on the field. And I can promise you that starting from Monday, I'll start going on the field. And I want to say thank you. No need of me being repetitive. Everything we said tonight was in place. And we hope our people listen to us and vote #1, Joseph M. Baka with Jeremiah Kuhn. There you go. Yes. Thank you
Okay.
very
Yeah,
much.
we'll go Cole, and then we'll go Remy Gray, Colonel Gray. Go. 1 minute.
Yeah, thank you, Chief. We've all said it all beautiful show, and again, a shout out to this big shout out to the CEO and his family tonight. We're thinking about you. We'll see you tomorrow. To our supporters, we want you to know that we are almost there. We want you to hype up at this time. The ACOR endorsement today should be a catalyst for you to spring off on, be energized. And you just heard one of our panelists who's a businesswoman, basic, but she said she's going to be a pool washer. I'm here every day and asking professional people to self-conscript. Come there. I know you got a little boy in your house. We appreciate it. But we also want people who we can train and who know, who can detect cheating, not just do the math of counting. Someone who will be expedient enough to get to the magistrate center to tally the votes, because we are worried about after action at the polling station. When the polls close, what happens there can change everything. What happens at the magistrate office with money going around to these magistrates, by reminding them about the warning given them by the US government that if you tamper with democracy, with people elections, there are strong consequences awaiting you. But we want people who can go there and challenge and ask questions and stand up for our people in the queues and say, why the ballot you get out, oh man, not stamp. We want people who can ask the tough questions. So far, we want to say thank you to our partisans, our supporters. If we have close to 800,000 votes, we can find 15,000 well-prepared people to guide those posts. They have been responding professional people, nurses, teachers, imams, pastors. They have been coming, and we are very grateful. We appreciate them. To all of you listening, it's a door-to-door thing. You can do it right in your neighborhood. Each one help one, so that at the end of the day, we can secure this victory, and we are going to secure it. We are going to cut the cheating in the tracks. We are going to up our amounts. A lot of those opposition votes are up to grabs for us. They are within the opposition bracket, meaning it's more likely to come towards us. Want to say thank you to ARCOP again for doing the right thing. You did something that represents your people. You have been underrepresented in this government. The highest position or Madingo holds in this government is a presidential aide. But if you look at in the UP government, you saw finance minister 102. You saw all of the prestigious justice cabinet journey. You saw all of these things. We have the ability to include people that come our way. If you are a professional, we are not afraid of competition. Come over to the rescue mission where you will be celebrated. Don't go to those places that will just tolerate you recently, but go to places you will be celebrated. Come, let's make history together with Ambassador Joseph Yima Boyka, with Honorable Jeremiah Kuhn. The time is now. Let's go in the village. Vote one, vote one, vote one. At the end of the day, vote for Liberia. I want to thank, lastly, before I go, I always like to thank people who come over. Colonel Remy Gray, I haven't seen you so, very, very emphatic about your role. Tonight, I just want to applaud you. You sounded, I knew that patriotism is in you because you come from the military background. You sounded that you stood for country tonight. I want to also recognize a very powerful young woman, a woman with grassroots credential. I spoke to her. She understands how to deal with masses and first-time voters. Recently, she crossed over from the CDC to the rescue mission. Her name is Satana Sato. Satana, we want to welcome you to the
We need to
rescue
bring her
team.
on.
We will bring her on. We have to bring her on. Tualu, I'm telling you, this young woman deals with auxiliaries. She have thousands of first-time voters. Right now, she is planning a festival, and, a drink festival where the people will come, the first-time voters from that other side who have not met people like Senator Dillon and the rescue mother, if possible, rescue too. They will come and see who their leaders are. She's planning 3 festivals. That girl has fire. I'm a woman who celebrates other women. I want to see other women in politics. I admire them. I say kudos to you, Satana. Tonight, if you're listening, we're going to bring you on to talk about the festival. You're a great mobilizer. I respect your grassroots credential. Welcome to the rescue train. And to all of those in the opposition, ANC will be doing that thing tomorrow. I know most of you, the voters at the bottom. You are in the
I know she was so
10
finished.
seconds. Let me just end on the ANC. I know most of the voters, we've been talking to them. A lot of them have come out to endorse or they like of Remy Gray. Most of the voters on the ground from the ANC, they are supporting us. Do not be a part of the 0.02% that go tomorrow. We've been hustling. That
Thank you so much.
1.6% is 0.02 that is left. So we are going to win this. Vote one, stay in the opposition block. Thank you.
Thank you. Colonel Gray, your 1 minute, actual 1 minute.
Well, Dwalo, I just want to. I still believe that 2017 performance by Mr. Cummins was due to the effort of the initial founding, fathers and mothers of the ANC. We fought then a very good fight. So he came into a victorious party, and he garnered that much without any recognition to that effort. Mr. Cummins was given, the championship, trophy of being the one that championed the ANC back in 2017 to the victory he garnered. But he stayed on, and I want to believe his performance today is indicative of his cycle, and those are the same individuals who are driving him towards walking away because of a faulty, very, very faulty theory. I'm a man, I studied philosophy and logic. to the highest level. What we're talking about aesthetic. We're talking about logic in terms of mathematical variables. When you go to military school and you planning tactics, you better know mathematics. You better learn first on the chessboard. That's the first thing they teach you. I don't see the theory in that sense to say CDC will step away and relinquish a much emboldened CDC who has garnered 2 elections, will step aside and say, with their party mandate, and say, you Cummins, come and run. That kind of faulty theory was what exactly brought the shabby performance of the Alternative National Congress in the CPP. And I can tell you, if they wreck the 2% threshold, Mr. Cummins will go to the election probably with the ANC questionably because he should be relegated. But perhaps they mean the party. We have to look at the law that states that if you get less than 2%, you can go back until a certain period of time. Maybe that also extends to the individual on the ticket. We have to look at that law keenly. But I'm saying this because I don't want people to continue to lower Mr. Cummins to the level of the slaughterhouse, where they finish with him there. So by the time he come out, is obliterated, as we say in military terms. I hope he would think for himself, not for any extra power or deep state that will be telling, hey, support this person, tomorrow we'll support you. I hope he thinks like a statement. That's all. I'll leave it here for now.
Thank you so much, my sister Fatima. Then we'll go to Mehmet.
So thank you to all of the panelists. All of the, I know what I want, starting with that. To all of the panelists, to all of the people watching across the globe. Me, I'm not here to glorify anybody else. I've talked about everybody else, but I want to talk about JMP. Me, I'm 14 with my whole half. I just send you my boy guy. With my whole heart, KK. Me, I'm 14 with my whole heart, Jeremiah Pankun. That's how we come here. Now, I know. But you're not me for we. Wo kone he. Wo 40 ke Joseph Waka akwa. Ke mo amabo elonya. I mo lenu. I anu bo. Mi fe nyama menuma. Anu je anu ke anu kunoki e ma he. Mo lenu. Bunu anu kunoki abo anu mai. Anu e drug me mina. Mi fe nyama menu. Ama kai be kai anu be so na anu bo fe. Musu be musu anu be so na anu bo fe. Kai kwa muwe anu na emu basa. Nyangba wa bok pasi le mese ata ama. Kemu kai be kai ani sonyo no fe. Wo kebe ti alo. Monama be na alo. Awa sani kemawe alo gay be lesbian ani si nyono fe. Komu wo kone wo ma wo bo fi bok pasi le mese me agbo elo ja agbo elo ape ya. Mo moko enu pinu. Ani me kun koko manu wanga yi. Na monu wo mu kinije wo wanga kinije. Wo boka bok pasi le mese me akwa. Abelo alo awanga be wa akwa. Amawe to momo basa. Abelo sianu amo jafe kan e mo agbo elo jawa. Mo lenu pinu ande bera na anu to zombie babanu. Kama wo kone he umala waye we makama akwa umagbo eje kaikwema kaikwa Joseph Waka abe alenkama ya tai vote ekena ikwe pasina kaikwa be nyangba anu fi ame anu be number 1 Joseph Waka be Jeremiah Kpanku na monu wo kone he wo kone wo mukinije wo wanga kinije we makama akwa. So ladies and gentlemen, I'm here to educate you of the importance of this vote. The soul of our country is on this ballot. The future of the republic is on this ballot. We need to come together to rescue our country. I mean, I didn't even know how they came up with the term until I went and saw the country recently. Our country is in dire need. Our people are in desperate need. Permanent Liberians have become beggars in their own country. And you sit here and some of you are here talking about Stanton. CEO is a Liberian giant. He will be fine. All the way you're seeing CEO somewhere. Today he texted me. He said the show must go on. If I go on there waiting for you, go on the show. Some people you're saying now that you're crying about him. We are moving our country forward. Liberia first, Liberia last. Let's come together and unite our people under this big umbrella where every tribe, every part of Liberia will be represented. You will go in your government and you will see Vame, you will see Madingo men, you will see Pele men, you will see Loma men, you will see the 15 tribes of Liberia represented. That's the country that we are looking for. That's the nation that we all strive for. Thank you for coming on today. We appreciate each and every one of you for watching, but I'm going to leave you with this. With my whole heart, JMB, me have 14 with my whole heart for Joseph Newman Waka. With my whole heart, JKK, me have 14 with my whole heart, Jeremiah Kwanko.
Thank you, Mama. Thank you, Mama. Lead a singing part. I give it to you.
I will close on the endorsement from ACO. Before that, from Mr. Alexander Cummins, we know you have never stood with Liberians before. That's your record. To leave them at this critical point to be independent is your characteristic. When I came on the show the first time, I said Mr. Cummins was a transactional politician. That was how I described him. And today, he's demonstrating that he's a transactional politician. The decision from ACO is a statement across the country for genuine reconciliation, for peaceful coexistence, for togetherness. That statement is a statement that benefits young Muslims, young Mandingos across the country. We're not making argument that ACO is a Muslim Mandingo party, but we acknowledge the fact that most of their supporters are Muslims and Mandingos. The Muslims and Mandingos in Liberia are credited and known to be experts in small business development. They will take a business from the ground, from cola to store. That's what we know them for. The majority of them are not looking for government jobs. They only need peaceful coexistence. They only need reconciliation. The majority of them in Nimba only need an opportunity to work and live with their Mano and Gio brothers and sisters. The thousands of them in Lofa only need peaceful coexistence and reconciliation so they can make their business and boom. They're not looking for government jobs. This decision by ACO today sets that foundation for peaceful coexistence. All the speculation in Nimba that they aspire, they now with us, this decision have broken it. They have spoken to their Mano and Gio brother that we are with you in this fight to ensure we produce Jeremiah Kun as the next vice president. This decision has spoken to their brothers and sisters in Lofa that we are not strangers. We are with you. We will support you and ensure that Joseph Boakai becomes the next president. And when that happens, it sets the foundation for that genuine reconciliation they need, for that peaceful coexistence they need, so they can establish their small businesses and grow it into stores, so they can establish their small businesses and move into chains of businesses across the country. We know them as traders. They are the experts of small business in Liberia. They're not desperate looking for government jobs. They need peaceful coexistence. They need reconciliation. They need their land to sit on. This decision they have made have proven to the people of Nima that they are in the Nima Kwado. They are together with the Nimbayans. In Lofa, they are telling that people, we are together with you. And once victory is setting, with good heads around the table, we can assure the people that what they opted for, they will achieve it. So let the young people see this decision, not as a decision for Mr. Kamara and a few people. It's a decision he made 10, 15, 20 years from now. When one Mandingo mayor will stand in Nimba and say, we supported our son to be vice president. When one of them in Lofa will say, we supported our son to be president. That is the pride he brings to you all, and you will reap the benefit at the end.
Thank you so much. And I believe Honorable Gray Colonel Gray is gone. And this next is my brother Fagon. But Fagon, let me close before you. And I want to leave it to you. But I want you to be last. You always love to take this stuff home. Look, we've had a great show. We have a decision to make. Every single day, we're going to speak to you regarding this decision. We're not just going to tell you what those options are. We want you to weigh those options yourself. See your daughters, as Fatima said, and see your sons as they are living. See your husbands and your wives. See our family unit, how they are broken apart. See the conditions in the country with no jobs. President Weah has absolutely no original idea, nor does he have any plans to change anything that is currently is in Liberia. The only opportunity we have is to vote for Honorable Bwaka. That's number one. Vote for Honorable Bwaka so you can give our children some hope, a hope of transformation, a hope of proper sanitation, of hope of proper educational system that is actually solid and we can graduate proper graduates, not people who can graduate and say we pay YFE but they can barely read. A hope for adequate university graduates, a hope for job creation, for tourism, for road connectivity. This is the hope that Honorable Bwaka brings, a hope of full self-sufficiency. There's nothing else President Weah can do for you. This man intent is to destroy this country so he can live his pledged life. President Weah does not care about the presidency. Let me tell you what he cares about. It's the fanfare of the presidency and not the responsibilities that come with the office. If you continue to risk the lives of your children, so one man can call himself Black Dama when before he came to power, his wife's wig looked like a flow rag. Before he came to power, his own said he was looking at somebody who's never eaten 3 square meals a day. Now he can afford everything in the country. We want to eat too. We want our daughters to eat too, our sons to eat too. This is all we're asking. We want a Liberia where in Kima and Bapulu and Gresano and Grand Cru, they can have proper mananity going to those places. They can get pipe-borne water and electricity, and they can raise proper children so our children can sit down on the floor. President Weah does not care about education. Do you know how I know this? That book will eat, that book can pay anything, book matters. Don't let nobody lie to you. Book does matter. So we will say this to you, Honorable Bwaka is the hope. Please, think about your children. And as my mother would say, in Baka Benicha, the opportunity to get the crampway. Don't chunk it away. Because if you throw this opportunity away, posterity will not judge all of us well. President Weah has to go so we can breathe. Once again, man, it was a great show. Fagon, I'll send it over to you for your closing, sir.
Thank you. My closing will be very short, but straight to the point. I see Fatima say, what? Let me say to every Liberian, I am a day man. Your history tells you that when the white people or the settlers came, they fought the Dane people. And they fought bitterly for the country you call Liberia today. Yes, people don't understand what the Du River means or what Dukor means or Dozwa in Dane. It still has to do with the Du. It either Dukor or Duport. People don't even understand what Duport, the Duport that somebody need. Go to Duport Road, walk straight down to the end of the road. You will walk straight to where the white man called Duport, meaning they put Jelly Free Port, where the canoe and the boat then used to come to on the Du River. Dukor, the city on the Du River.
The Baza people call it Dubo.
Dubo.
The banks of the Du River.
The banks of the Du River. But today, you know so much book to the point where they say, Dane people, from Mama Point, they have pushed up until they put all across the Po River. Only because they want to be elected. Stay. We only have an electoral district as the most prominent tribe in the country. We still don't have even a statutory district to govern ourselves. I joined the stream because I know I can fight for that. We shouldn't just be there to vote. History knows us, and we are a tribe. And tomorrow, we will leave. What were you fighting for? Fangon, I fought for my people to have a statutory district. We don't want a county. We are the smallest tribe, but show some respect to us. We must have a homeland of our own. That moves me now to the comment I made earlier. That is why I was very careful. I do not speak for the campaign on this one. I speak for myself. Because I know when you go Cape Man, you don't need to pronounce Muslim. It's written all over the county. When you go Bomi, you don't have to pronounce Muslim. Yeah, Abdullah there. It's written. When you go Bapolu, you don't have to pronounce Muslim. It's written all over the county. When you go Lofa, it's written all over the county. I went to Liberia. I spent 3.5 years working in government. But every day, Dwalo, every day, Conogre, every day, Fatima and Kou and Abdullah Mambe. By the time they say Abraham Day, there will be no white in the whole country. We go to go eat the people cow meat and their food. Everything is shut down that day in the whole country. But yet, we don't find it in our place to say, we got all the holidays. Take one. This is Eugene Fagon speaking. I see some of my Christian friends. Don't put that one there. Are you more Liberian than the Muslims? Why should you, the Christians, have Thanksgiving Day, Christmas Eve, all kind of things? But when they say you're getting people one, some of y'all want her, y'all even able to talk. Y'all will call up behind the curtain. The Muslims population is getting even greater now than you, the Christians. Now, one day, every day, they will vote for the Christian. Recently, let me warn you, it's changing. Musa Berete is Muslim. Abba Akone is Muslim. The Muslims are getting in the house. Be mindful how you treat others if you want to be treated fairly. Eugene Lamik, Beyang Betuma Fangom. I will march with them many days to the capital. We will find one holiday that they will choose so that Allah can be worshipped, and we too, like how they can eat with our Christmas Day, will go and eat with them on their holiday. But that can only come when you have a sound-minded leader. This leader who once upon a time became a devout Muslim and chose the name Usman. Everybody knows George Weah was once called Usman. He prayed to Allah. But every day, he wants to use them for something else and not recognize them. I don't see any Christian who is against giving Muslims one holiday in the entire country. I don't see any Christian. If you dare, show yourself. I'm ready for a debate. On that note, I will respectfully submit if I say to all of you in that country tonight, if you're not able to move from in your bedroom, come on your push and go around the community, at least you're able to go talk to your neighbor. Man, how you see that thing? When your neighbor say the way I see it, I don't even know where to choose. Man, let's go with the papi. Look at the children in the neighborhood.
Yeah.
I'm not asking you to walk from Broad Street to Pinsville. I'm only asking you to go to the next house beginning tomorrow and make sure you talk to 2 or 3 persons. That's all your job.
That's it.
Daily. That's all we ask you for. And I want to assure some of you that are sitting. The election finished. This man won by 7,126 votes. That's all he won by. Now, we get Ako, we get Tiago, we get everybody. So just get ready for the celebration. And on the 11th or so, we sort of count Osa. When we count Osa, that's when Joria will know that Cummins fool him. I repeat, Joria will know Cummins fool him. He thought he was fooling Cummins, but Cummins fool him. I respectfully submit.
Thank you so much, guys. It was a great show, Fatima. We'll run away. It's always a pleasure, Meme.
Yeah.
It's a pleasure.
Yeah, thank you.
Thank you so much.
Rescue Bear. Good night.
Good night. They get crush on Abdullah. Let me just talk to them.
Everybody said gifting to Abdullah.
Yeah,
no, they want to get crushed on
Anyway, you talk it, they agree.
Anyway, you talk it
We agree.
For Washington.
We agree.
Look at
We agree.
I know.
The person will stop the battle. We say we
We agree.
But if I go today, I talked to one of my favorite politicians, John Balu. He was in Maryland. I'm telling you, he's there. I'm so excited. Yep.
Yeah.
I know A.B. Kromao. He will not take that for joke.
And you ready?
We didn't talk about the HP formula endorsement. Maybe we need a time to talk to him on here.
He endorsed already?
Yeah, he does.
Yeah, he did.
Oh, congratulations. Hey, yeah, everybody that got
everybody.
some.
I think the thing coming out, don't be forgetting.
Yeah. HB had relative followers, those guys from the LPP background, those scholars, scholars follow HB. They are very mesmerized by his intelligence. So we need to bring him on board, yeah. Yeah, we should bring him on board and hear from him.
We do.
Thank
God.
Yeah.
All right, guys. Bye-bye.
All right, good night, Papi.
Bye, my love. I'll call you. I'll leave you next.
All right, darling. Me too.
Bye, mommy.
All right.
Thank you.
Bye.
Okay, folks, that's how I would like to draw down the curtains on this edition of the program, Spoon Talk. We want to say thanks to all of you out there for being a part of this edition of the program. You can join us tomorrow for another firing program. Until then, have a good night. I'm Nelson Colette, and bye-bye for now.
Yes, a special one from the CEO, Stanton with the spoon. And your boy, Friday the Southern Band. Charges on the beat.
To the spoon to get your information. To the spoon to be part of our discussion. Spoon, spoon, spoon television. Spoon, spoon, spoon radio station.
Spoon gonna tell you what is happening in Liberia. Spoon gonna tell you what is happening in Monrovia. Spoon gonna tell you what is happening in Africa. Just to spoon, you will know. If the children crying for starvation, just to spoon. You want to get a news update, brother, to spoon. You want to know what is happening in Monrovia, to spoon. Politicians want to make their decision, just to spoon. You want to know what happening in the ministry, to spoon. To spoon. To spoon. You from Fonjema, Maryland, to spoon. To spoon. If you eat Cape Town, graduate, my brother, to spoon. You got a spoon TV, you got a spoon radio, to spoon. To spoon. You want to get a news update, to spoon. What? Yeah. Rastafari. Kilibamba, kilibamba, kilibamba. Kilibamba, kilibamba, kilibamba. What I want? Yes, what you got today.